Okay.
World Cup's going to penalty kicks.
That's horseshit.
Critical hit.
I think
Pokemon?
if the Argentina guy hits it right now, they win.
Is she playing Pokemon?
Alex is playing Pokemon, yeah.
Hell yeah. You get the new one?
She did.
Hell yeah.
Hell
your starter?
Yeah.
What?
Who's your starter?
Who's the starter?
The fire crocodile.
Oh, she picked Poco. See, I picked Quaxley.
Yeah, and I picked a little Sprigatito, little cat.
Dang, I haven't got it yet.
Ones.
You bitch.
I'm a bitch.
Argentina wins World Cup.
Did they?
Yeah.
Congrats to
Messi.
Shout out to his family.
Tell him the name of my Pokemon.
I forgot it already. Oh, it's Cake Pop.
Nice.
Bad.
No, good. I think you meant to say good.
I meant to say bad.
How we starting this bitch?
It's a good question.
We're gonna do a Christmas Carol.
Oh,
we're gonna sing Auld Lang Syne.
I was gonna talk like Jimmy Stewart and just be like, "Oh, Mary, these cat's pajamas are fancy."
I was gonna talk like our friend Hunter.
Psyduck.
What and how does he talk?
He talks like Jimmy Stewart.
Let's all talk like Jimmy Stewart. And we'll be doing like the
Where the fuck's my wife?
The Nuremberg Convention.
Juice in the
I'm
fridge.
gonna give Psyduck a nickname and name him
so
Brandon.
Close to me.
What?
Thank you. I can.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll do like the the Nuremberg conventions, Nuremberg trials.
Trials, yeah.
Okay, let's do
Who's
that.
on trial, do you think?
Brandon, of course.
Okay, and we're just assessing his war crimes.
Yeah, but we'll just
quantity and quality.
We won't tell him that when we start. We'll just say we're all talking like Jimmy Stewart, and we'll do it like Jimmy Stewart does. And then it'll be revealed that Brandon's on trials for Nazi crimes.
I think that's a good idea.
And then we'll execute him.
Yeah, I think that is the only rash way to handle it.
Hold on, I gotta see how Jimmy Stewart talks again.
Yeah. It's kind of Brooklyn mobster style. But like
sing-song nice.
Yeah, if it was like if a Brooklyn mobster settled down, had a family, and gave up the life of crime, that's how Jimmy Stewart talks.
You wise guy, eh?
Yeah, that's what we're doing, Brandon.
We're talking like Jimmy Stewart or Hunter, if you will. That might be easier. That's how Hunter acts in every play he's ever done. Like a wise guy.
A wise guy, eh?
I haven't recorded in the morning in a while. It's gonna be a different energy.
I haven't recorded with Lukas in a while. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a different energy.
Okay, I'm ready. I got it in now.
Look at Clarence.
We're on 25 years I've been here. Well, Billy, you've never been nothing. You ain't but nothing but a few on the pool.
Okay.
Maybe lower your seat a little bit since you're so tall.
No.
Okay. Test.
Check this out, recording.
Hell yeah.
People are gonna love that. People at home, which is everybody.
No, people could be listening in the car.
Yeah, but they couldn't be watching in the car.
The car.
Yeah,
they could.
As a passenger.
They shouldn't.
Yeah.
They shouldn't. Who's on a road trip watching this?
It's a good way to burn 3.5 hours.
Classic road trip. Watch the bracket episode, the YouTube series. It's like 4 hours worth of footage.
That is a good one.
All right.
And the secret footage.
We all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mic check.
Turn down that heater just a little bit. Like
I can't. It's not even on, Brandon. We don't even have our heat on.
Not you.
Oh, okay.
We turn it on.
It's time to turn it up. In the zone.
AutoZone. All right.
AutoZone. Fuck FM.
The fuck.
I had a DJ name the other day because his was JoJo Candles. Mine was DJ Rock'em Sock of the Month Club. It's so wordy.
The Monk Club?
No, Sock of the Month Club.
Rock'em Sock of the Month Club.
Yeah.
It's like that stupid Wheel of Fortune thing you sent me on TikTok.
Yeah.
They just keep connecting phrases.
Or like when I did Anna Kendrick Lamar Odom.
Yeah, that was good.
I had a friend in school who did a radio station for like Wednesday nights or something. He was DJ Ladies Manatee.
That's good.
He slayed.
He murdered the Vaj. All right.
Literally.
We ready?
We out here.
Ready.
Where's he out?
My stepdad just texted me the worst joke ever about the soccer game. He said, "I wonder if Hanson will do a new song called Mbappe instead of Mbappe."
I was thinking about that this morning.
There's no
No.
way she was thinking.
It's
of Hanson's
funny.
Mbappe.
You're thinking of Mbappe, Kylian Mbappe by Hanson?
Yeah.
There's no way. Brandon doesn't believe you either. All right, we're ready.
All right. 1, 2, 3, play.
The wise guy, eh?
I say, good sir, what kind of voice are you saying?
So you are out of order. You are on the stand like a cat in feline pajamas. Sit back down while we commence with this trial, wise guy.
We'll hold you in contempt of the court, see?
Now, whom is saying I'm in court?
Me, the judge of the Nuremberg trials, you see?
And the people, on account of your numerous war crimes.
We said we were going to talk about, like, Jimmy Stewart, and now it's Nuremberg.
Sit down, sir.
Merry
Sir?
Christmas, Merry.
It's not merry for the people you put in those camps, my sir.
Fuck. I put people in... That was past life me.
Past life you. On Merry Christmas, 6 million people.
I don't see Clarence. All I see is a noose over there, son.
And 21 guns just in case.
A noose connected to a guillotine, so it hangs you as it cuts your head off. Yeah.
Like what
Yeah.
you're thinking.
I don't think that would work.
I think that's what I deserve.
I'm
That's how
dropping
I
the
should go.
accent, but you really do have to be killed.
Bang, bang.
For real, though.
For real, yeah. That was a problem, what you did. Well, he's like dead for real. Yeah, good clap. I couldn't keep up the Jimmy Stewart. It turned southern out of nowhere.
It totally turned southern for me, too.
It
Yeah.
turned southern for me, too. It was weird.
He's his own sort of dialect, the Jimmy Stewart thing.
Oh, wait, I'm
Very
dead
much
still.
is. But like for real sounds almost just like our friend Hunter. I don't know if you probably met
That's
Hunter.
why I had to say whom in there.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to throw in a whom.
I didn't even hear. I was so focused on making you the subject of the Nuremberg trials that I like missed everything
So
you were saying.
did I miss something like that when I was out talking
Yeah.
to Marina? You guys were like, we're gonna do Nuremberg, Brandon, but when he comes back, just say we're gonna act like we're Jimmy.
Of course.
Yeah, that's very, you nailed it. That's exactly how that went down.
Totally.
So if I watch the video back, that's what I will hear.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna don't tell Brandon.
Like word for
we're
word.
gonna talk like Jimmy Stewart, and that's gonna turn into this other thing.
And it's gonna turn into Kelly Clarkson.
I didn't do that, yeah.
No, we didn't. Don't worry, I kept it up while you were gone.
I'm back.
Lucas.
Hey, who is that man?
It's Theo. He is a man now. He's going crazy. Lucas, how you been? You've been gone for a while.
Mm-hmm. Was really busy. Still pretty busy.
Yeah.
A little hungry. Haven't got any recipes. But I'm back. Had to come back for my favorite religious holiday masterpiece. Not this movie necessarily, but it is not my favorite religious holiday either.
Did you end up watching Christmas Mail yet?
Nope.
You just watched the Banshees of
Inisherin.
instead?
Yeah.
How could you?
I don't know. I needed some of that Irish angst. In my life, and
That's fair.
I'm glad I got it.
Well, you're back. You're still busy though. You're done with school at the moment though.
Mm-hmm. Until January.
Yeah, which is good because we'll have to iron out something for next week because our normal recording day is Sunday. That's on Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, families. I'm busy.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this.
Oh, this is. I thought you were calling us your family.
No, I was saying to my family, future family,
Yeah.
that I'm gonna be doing this. So I'll be able to spend Christmas.
I mean,
with
like,
them.
yeah, I would do this on Christmas. I don't know. Yeah, but
no, we'll find something.
I have to worship.
oh, of course,
Yeah,
because you love the religion.
Mm-hmm.
I like making cookies and stuff.
Fun stuff.
Yeah,
Buckeyes.
Buckeyes.
We watch basketball. We usually go to a movie actually on Christmas. That's our
We
tradition.
do too. Except ours is more New Year's Day, but sometimes on Christmas we do watch some basketball. I usually watch Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh on Christmas Eve with Marina. That's our ritual. So it'll be good stuff. We'll figure something out. But today, Lucas is joining us back for our last holiday ho film, ending off our
Holiday. Oh no.
Ooh, this one's a stinker.
Ending off with our Christmas masterpiece film.
Christmas Male 2.
No, that's Christmas Female.
The Squeakquel.
So I've got some questions for you guys. This is a Squeakquel.
Thanks.
First question. Do you like donkeys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the sounds they make?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheer.
No, we're not doing Jay-Z. We can't do Jay-Z.
I've warned you 4 or 5 times.
We cannot do Jay-Z.
They're turning into threats.
Okay, so you like donkeys. Sweet.
Cheer.
How about you can't do Jay-Z.
I can do
warned
it.
you.
Brandon,
You got some in your teeth.
yeah, probably everything bagel stuff that I forgot to brush my teeth afterwards.
Everything
Don't say it
everywhere
like
all at
I'm an
once
idiot.
bagel.
I'm trying to help you out, and you're like,
And
oh yeah, probably because
everything
of the bagel.
everywhere all at once bagel.
That's good.
That is really good.
I mean, everything bagels are a big plot point in that movie.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
I've only seen the first 10 minutes, and then I fell asleep. Not because of the movie. It was late. It was like 4 a.m. and I was like, let's start this
So
movie.
it was early.
Yeah. No. That was old me.
Well, I still need to watch it. I'm planning on it. My other question for you guys is: do you like dying and then coming back to life? You were
It's
really
kind
in
of
on.
cheating the system,
That's
in
fair.
my view.
Yeah.
Seth was really into dying. Yeah.
What's that meme? You had me in the first half.
Well, if you like dying and then coming back to life, or donkeys, specifically the sounds they make, you've come to the right place. This is the good, the bad, and the movies.
Movies.
Thank you.
Movies.
Thank
I'm
you.
Lucas.
Movies.
Your movies. And I'm DJ Rock'em Sock of the Month Club. And this week we watched our oldest film to date, It's a Wonderful Life, from 1946.
Ew, I'm a movie. I'm so old. I don't know what the fuck that was.
I saw you starting to make a face. I was like, where's he going with this?
Mocking old movies. Oh, look at me. I'm 1946.
Now-
Oh,
Idiot.
Jesus Christ.
Now,
Stop being so old.
Before we get into it, we're drinking beers. Seth picked us up something.
You are?
I'm going to let you talk about it while I go and change out of a sweater because it's hot as hell in this room.
I know. It's hot as hell in this fucking hot ass room I'm in right now.
Ass room. So you
Is it BAM?
talk about it and then we'll pop it.
Is it a BAM beverage?
No,
Boo.
it was this fucking guy. Let me put him up to
Ooh.
the camera. Look at this man. It's like
Donald
looks like
Trump.
It's Clarence. I guess it could be Trump. But I was
That's
picking
Trump.
up. Oh my god. He's so handsome. I don't know anything about this. I was picking
What
up
is it? Is
beers
it
for
beer?
it's an ale, which I guess is like a
Interesting.
type of beer. I don't know much for working at a brewery.
Me neither. Well, I don't work one, but I don't know much about anything.
That's me too, probably. Or me neither, depending on whichever one's the proper
Who knows,
syntax of
right?
it. I was picking up what did I get? It was something for the Kirk Cameron, the peanut butter stout or whatever, and I saw this walking out. It says Christmas ale and he's got the hat on. I was like, well, I have to get that too. And it's just been sitting in the fridge for a few weeks. Brandon's, what the hell?
I went full 180.
Why do you have a Karl Anthony Towns jersey? I have a, what the hell?
Carter bought it for me.
Weird.
Because he's sick.
Shout
got-
out Carter.
I've got Karl Anthony Towns. I've got Kevin Garnett on Celtics. I've got Dwight Howard on Magic. Tony Parker on Spurs. I've got Tatum. I've got Doncic. And I've got a signed Magic Johnson jersey from Team USA from Lukas.
Wow. How much did that cost you?
I don't know.
It was one of my better presents. I feel like.
Amazing present.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah,
So-
I think I got 2 signed Spud Webb jerseys in the same sort of shopping spree I did on the internet. They were the same. I still have one, I think. Spud
You
Webb.
got rid of the other?
I possibly.
Okay. You talk about our drink
Yep, I
I've just
went
been
in
sitting in my
great
fridge.
detail.
for weeks.
Yes, I did actually mention that. I
All
think that's
right.
the only thing people know about it.
So that's the great detail.
Yeah.
Let's hear
Saint
that crack.
Bernardus Christmas. Well, it's not a crack. It's a giant liter bottle
Look at
with
this
a cork
cork.
in it.
I didn't
so
even mention that. I just I
It's just a
showed Lucas
Christ-
the little guy, and I didn't even.
It's a Christmas ale. It's 750 milliliters. Does it have an alcohol content on it?
No, I don't know. I didn't check.
Because you didn't talk about it.
10%.
Holy fuck!
That's not bad.
That's way more than our normal beers.
Yeah, but what? We're only gonna be drinking like.
We're sharing a bottle, yeah. And we had bagels before this, so it'll soak everything up.
Yeah.
All right, pop it.
It's
Everything
pretty-
bagels will soak everything up.
And
I think
everywhere.
this is gonna foam over.
Probably.
Nah, I'm a G. Why did I say that?
Hit me up, baby. My G.
But a G thing. This is the most gangster shit I've ever seen. 2 white dudes on a podcast pouring each other ales.
Lucas, I'm in tears. I'm trying to pour this beer. Oh shit!
He's trying to pour this ale.
That G.
I accidentally freestyled.
That's so gangster.
Like sick to my stomach.
Oh goodness. All right.
I'm
did I
drinking
say?
coffee, so
Yeah.
because
What kind of
it's
coffee?
11. It's a white mocha.
Don't tell people how early it is, how we're drinking. I have choir
Oh.
concerts later.
What a fucking backhanded thing to say. So-
Yeah, it's the morning, so of course I'm
I mean, I
drinking
wouldn't be
coffee.
drinking in the evening either, but yeah,
We clink
Listen to
it's
that.
Sunday,
and
Crack.
then we drink.
fun day.
On the Lord's Day, we drink bright and early
That's pretty good.
to drown out the demons.
That's a good ale.
Have we talked
Um,
about how Catholics think when you actually drink the wine at church, you think they're drinking Jesus' real blood,
Yeah, it turns into blood once it touches your tongue.
cringe.
and that's some cool shit.
And that's Catholicism, baby.
That's Transformers.
And that's Transformers. So that's our drink. It's good.
Doesn't taste like Christmas though.
It doesn't have to.
It's
just
a Christmas ale.
tastes like quiz mice. So today, It's a Wonderful Life. Our director, Frank Capra,
The Cat Man.
the Capricorn. He's done things such as The Strong Man, Long Pants. Quit laughing at Long Pants.
I'm not. I'm laughing at 2 white dudes on a podcast pouring each other ale stuff.
And
long
goes my
pants.
G.
I didn't mean to.
He did So This Is Love. He did The Burglar. He did Flight, Platinum Blonde. It Happened One Night.
Seen that one?
You Can't Take It With You. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and
Oh, yeah.
State of the Union.
It Happened One Night. Do you know the famous Oscar trivia fact about that movie?
It actually happened on multiple nights.
That's right.
It was nominated for a shit ton but didn't win anything or something.
One of the 3 movies to win the Big 5.
Oh, that's right.
Picture, director,
Actor,
actress,
actress,
writer.
screenplay. Yeah.
Which is pretty. Yeah, I think it just goes to show that Capra's a master, and he's kind of at this time he's kind of a big swinging dick.
It Happened One Night got it. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest got it.
Mhm.
Silence of the Lambs got it.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I got it.
You didn't.
Seth
you got
it.
something. Seth's got it. Well, Frank
Seth
Capra.
Tigner.
They just keep calling him up. Like, it
Bobby
doesn't,
Moore.
Best
it's not
Picture.
even. It's not. His best picture is just Seth Tigner. It's not like
Yeah,
a movie. It's
No,
you.
it's me.
Director, actor, actress.
It's a picture of me. It's just a really good picture.
It's the one for your Tinder profile.
Yeah, me and you at Connor's wedding.
Yeah, that is the best picture
That's a good picture.
of 2021. Yeah. All right. So he's a big name. And then writers, you've got I think 6 of them on here, but a couple are uncredited, so I only went with the credited ones, which are 3. And the first 2 are actually a duo. They always work together. It's Francis Goodrich and Albert Hackett. And they've done The Thin Man, Hideout, Small Town Girl, The Firefly, The Hitler
Did you ever hear
Gang.
that thing about that small town girl? She was living in a lonely world.
No, I haven't.
The Oscar thing about her.
She took a midnight train, going anywhere.
Anywhere, everywhere, all at once.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that now. It's ringing a bell. And then an angel got its wings.
Yeah, what was that one that you said?
The Hitler Gang.
Interesting.
Yeah. Easter Parade. They've done Father of the Bride, the old 1940s one, and the Steve Martin remake and Father of the Bride 2.
Interesting.
Old
bastards.
Yeah, they did 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
Just 7 brothers.
And then lots of just Diary of Anne Frank stuff. Like so much Diary of Anne Frank stuff.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah. You really got to make it aware so that people know.
Yeah. Did they make a movie?
Yeah, there's a ton of
sure.
movies and TV shows and shorts and TV movies, and there's so much.
About the Diary of Anne Frank? Interesting.
Yeah.
There's a
That's weird.
play, I think, that won a bunch of Tony Awards.
Really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Diary of Anne Frank.
This room is basically as hot as Anne Frank writing in her diary.
Because she
Don't
writes
call her
bars. She just looks hot.
She's a
writing her
child.
Diary. Yeah, she's like 13, wasn't she?
I don't know.
He doesn't even know.
And then our other writer is Frank Capra.
Oh.
Our director. He doesn't write as much of the stuff that he directs. He doesn't usually combo it all the time, but some of the important ones that aren't that we've got are Boobs in the Woods.
I'm sorry.
Boobs in the Woods.
That's got to be like. No, it's got to be like an old jerks in the woods. He's a boobs.
Oh.
It's a bunch of titties out there.
Titties
in those woods.
Hey.
What are you looking at me like that?
I was looking for a word.
Oh.
I wasn't trying to look at you. I was just zoning out. I think
So, yeah.
autonomous is maybe the word I was looking for.
And we got Boobs
Good
in
word.
the Woods.
Thank
You got
you.
the Wild Goose Chaser. The
That's
Iron
me.
The Iron Neg. Lucky Stars and Soldier Man, The Burglar, and Uncle Tom. Yeah.
All sorts of old fucking shit.
Well, of course it's old. This movie came out in 46.
Oh, it came out in 46. I'm an old movie.
I'm so old.
It's
it's better.
An
now,
Australian?
This bit is
I've
becoming
improved.
more refined. It's much better. Did Theodore rip off his temperature sensor from all the tape and threw it in there? Great. Good for him.
No, it
Is
was
this
like
the
that.
oldest movie either of you guys have seen? I was wondering.
No.
Maybe.
What's got it beat?
Wizard of Oz.
I've
Yeah,
seen
Wizard
The
of
Wizard of
Oz a little bit before this. You're right. I think.
I mean, I did watch like Going to the Moon as well or whatever. And
Yeah, that doesn't count.
and the train burglar one.
No, those are like 5 minutes long.
Okay.
When did Rashomon come out? Did we talk about that?
We have not.
Yeah,
talked about
I love.
that.
Have you seen Rashomon?
No, but isn't it famously the first movie to ever record the sun successfully?
I think you're right in that. Yeah.
Oh, we were talking about that last night.
Yeah, I guess. I
Oh,
thought that maybe
interesting.
Luke's.
I
and had
love
talked about it.
Rashomon. That's
I
like
haven't
one
seen
of my
it.
favorite movies.
I saw it on. I read that list of top 100 movies of all
Yes.
the directors had voted on, and I saw Rashomon
Let's
on
go.
there, and I was like, I haven't seen
Yes.
it. I'd always tried to, or like wanted to make a
Wanted
point
to.
of it, but
I might even have. Hold on. I might even have my.
Oh. Jesus. That's going to be a lot of editing. Hi, Alex. There
can't
she
hear
is.
us.
We're just going to talk. Oh, she
Oh,
heard us.
shit.
No fucking way. Well, while he looks for Rashomon,
mm-hmm.
we will very slowly try and make our way into a cat. Can you pour me more ale?
Yeah.
Actually,
I didn't know how much I poured.
top me off, brother.
Brother, ain't nothing but a G thing.
Excellent.
For each other.
Get ale.
That's gonna be so much editing.
You could really just
This is so
cut
fucked.
out that big part of it. I think.
Probably.
Because he didn't talk in between.
No, we didn't really
We
either.
can just cut it.
We'll just leave pour me some ale, brother.
Yeah. Can you cut out me saying nothing but a G thing again, though?
No, I'll keep that in there.
Can you please?
No.
Well,
I couldn't find it. I have a DVD of a Criterion of Rashomon, but I could not find it.
that's
Missing
cool.
Houseville. It wouldn't have been
Well.
that cool anyways.
And now we've got a cast.
You just didn't want us to think you were a liar.
Wait, I had points to make though before we get to the cast.
Let's go.
Rashomon, I think, is also famously the first movie to have like disagreeing narratives. There's like 3 different stories in there that contradict each other as it goes through. So it's like you got to kind of figure that out. And this movie, 1946, is just 5 years after Citizen Kane, which I think is a big turning point in the history of movies and like the sort of watchability of movies as they go on.
Movies.
Because I think before Citizen Kane, in my opinion, it's pretty rough.
Is Gone with the Wind pre-Citizen?
Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you. Yeah.
Gone with the Wind was Casablanca?
1939. Casablanca, I think, was later.
I thought it was 43, but I could be wrong.
42. Yeah, that's after.
Yeah. I'm such a stupid head.
You stupid
Couldn't even
ass.
remember the year it came out.
Moron.
All right. Well, the cast today for It's a Wonderful Life. First off, you got James Stewart as our leading man. You've also got
Jimmy.
Donna Reed. You got Lionel Barrymore, Thomas Mitchell, Henry Travers, Beulah Bondi, Frank Phelan, and Ward Bond.
Frank?
Frank
Phelan.
FF.
Not a lot of ethnic names in that crew.
Beulah Bondi kind of sounds ethnic, but
That might be the Annie.
that's about it, though.
Or Giuseppe.
And I don't know, because this is so, I don't know like any of these names aside from Mr. Stewart himself.
Yeah, I think Donna Reed's pretty famous.
I've heard the name Donna Reed, but I couldn't recall anything for it. But if you say James or Jimmy Stewart, I'm like, oh yeah, that guy.
His I think his sort of, I was thinking about this earlier, his comparison, I think, for modern times is Tom Hanks is what I got for Jimmy Stewart. Is sort of, he's always like the nice guy. He's always the guy with like the true moral center of the movie. Bye. Alex is leaving.
Bye.
And just like a sort of leading man with charm who everyone can relate to. He's not necessarily like a dashing good looks, but is just like an overall good guy. That's sort of his deal.
Yeah. I get a good Tom Hanks kind of vibe from him. He can be goofy at times. And all right, not bad.
He can die from AIDS sometimes.
He could, yeah.
Classic.
And then a plot for you.
Can run across America. Yeah.
An angel is sent from heaven to help a desperately frustrated businessman by showing him what life would have been like if he had never existed. Which kind of also has like Scrooge vibes in there, you know? Christmas past, Christmas present, Christmas future kind of thing.
A little
bit. Stuff like that.
Yeah. They love the supernatural in these Christmas films.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I watched
aliens and ghosts and shit.
Where'd you guys watch this at?
Prime.
Brandon's living room.
I watched it on my favorite streaming platform, Tubi. On that, it was only an hour and like 46 minutes. So I think a good 20 minutes were chopped off.
Yeah, it was definitely 2 hours and 5 minutes.
Abridged version.
Well, there's some credits. Yeah, it was like 2 hours. Was it colorized or black and white?
It was black and white. Was yours color?
No, ours was black and white.
Yeah, mine was black and white. Well, it'll be interesting.
Let us know.
There's probably some notes in here that what the.
I mean, because I didn't even see like a whole lot of it if he wasn't there, and like what was happening if he's gone. Was that a part of your guys' movie?
You didn't see any of like the Clarence Angel, like what his life is like if he's not there?
Not really. I don't think so.
I mean, it is only
we didn't see a ton either.
It was only like 20 minutes, but still.
Maybe that's what they chopped off. Because I don't. That's not ringing a bell.
The lesson.
They chopped off literally the theme of the film.
Maybe it's better that way.
Well, we'll probably find out when we're going through all the notes and everything. I'm wondering if there's some like crazy scenes that they looked at later and were like, maybe we shouldn't have put those in. Maybe that shit's weird.
This is pretty tame here. There was, I think my version definitely had less of Clarence and the heaven and stuff.
So it was just George's life. It was just a it was just a biography of George Bailey.
It was.
Okay. And now some history for you. It's a Wonderful Life is a 1946 American Christmas fantasy drama film based on the short story and booklet, The Greatest Gift, which Philip Van Doren Stern self-published in 1943, and is in turn loosely based on 1843's Charles Dickens' novella, A Christmas Carol. Facts. Although It's a Wonderful Life initially received mixed reviews and was unsuccessful at the box office, points for you guys, it became a Christmas classic after its copyright lapsed.
What do we get points for?
Like to remember, like a point to remember.
Oh, like up. Bullet points?
Yeah.
Write that
I'm
down.
trying to
something for you to remember.
Write that down. No, I'm not gonna remember.
Well, it became an instant Christmas classic after its copyright lapsed, and it fell into the public domain, which allowed it to be broadcast without licensing or royalty fees. In 1990, it was designated as culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant and added to the National Film Registry of the Library of Congress. This film has been adapted into plays, musicals, television series, television parodies, and even had a sequel titled Clarence.
That doesn't sound at all like a sequel to this movie, but it's funny.
It sounds entirely unappealing. I hated Clarence.
They didn't want to bank in on the marketing of It's a Wonderful Life. They want to go, Clarence.
Did somebody say spin-off?
It's all about the angel in heaven.
Interesting.
And yeah, another one added to our National Film Registry in the Library of Congress. What else have we had? Annie Hall 2001 and Top Gun so far?
I think so. There might be a couple others we're missing.
I feel like
maybe
The Shining.
Yeah.
Maybe Spirited Away might have made it in there, but
there's guitars. That's Japanese.
I do remember for sure 2001.
Yeah.
Annie Hall and Top Gun were in there.
But it's an interesting concept with Library of Congress. Go rent a movie out of there.
Yeah. All right. And then I did find that there were some FBI issue things that were going on with this movie when it came out, which I was really shocked about. Like, the Wikipedia page for this film is so long. Like, I kept scrolling and saying, fuck, there can't be more. Like, where are just some critic reviews? Like, goddamn. But the FBI thing I found was on May 26, 1947, the FBI issued a memo stating, with regard to the picture It's a Wonderful Life, redacted stated in substance that the film represented rather obvious attempts to discredit bankers by casting Lionel Barrymore as a Scrooge type so that he would be the most hated man in the picture. This, according to these sources, is a common trick used by communists. In addition, redacted stated that, in his opinion, this picture deliberately maligned the upper class, attempting to show the people who had money were mean and despicable characters.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, FBI. That's the whole fucking point.
They were going out on a huge limb.
This is like
did not get the movie at all.
I know, this was like one of my notes was like, this is a crazy politically charged movie. Like there's a lot of politics and social stuff going on here that I agree with. And that's hilarious. Fuck the FBI.
That's so funny because like releasing a statement like that is just playing into exactly what they're saying too.
Yeah, totally.
100%. Alrighty.
So funny.
You missed it, Lucas. We had some guests sing different budget songs while you were away.
I heard one of them, yeah. Carter's is nice. Yeah.
Carter's is nice.
He was nice with it.
I still laugh every time when I think of Roberts.
He went all out.
He was so good. Budget time. Can you guess the dime?
He was one of our better guests.
Both Marina and Seth said they're skipping that episode because they just can't stand it.
Oh, I loved it.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna move your headphones. Tell me if you can't
that one
hear.
like 3 times.
What? You listened to it that many times?
Yeah, that was a great episode.
Brandon, I can't hear Lucas.
Can you hear him now?
Hello? He's not doing it. I can hear the static of your fucking mic.
So we're good.
Just doing Mel sounds.
Mama.
Eating pancakes.
It's funny. So, we'll get into it. Well, let's do the budget.
Budget time.
Can you guess? The die.
Pause is very important.
What do we think this budget for this movie was?
Who knows with this shit?
1946. So
World War II.
I couldn't tell you, man.
it's a World War II film.
So they made this with. We have to do it in ration terms. How many food stamps do you think this movie cost?
How many? Yeah, I was gonna
How
make a racist joke.
Oh,
So I
again,
think I won't.
Yeah, good. Thanks.
another one.
How many whiteys does it take to screw in a light bulb? That was gonna be my joke, I promise.
What's the punchline though?
I don't know.
We're halfway there.
Like
You might as well
7?
finish it. I don't know, like 7.
And that's the budget.
I'll guess $1.5 million. I don't know
Oh my god.
what money's worth back then.
This might be stupid, but I'm gonna say $1.5 million and $1. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna say 100,000.
So 100,000 and $1.5 million.
Yeah.
It's a 3.2 million. Lucas is our
Shit
winner.
ass. I should
Okay,
say
okay.
1.5 and 1.
So I don't know the
It
inflation.
seems
but
a lot for back then, but Capra's like
during-
a big deal Hollywood studio
the
director
big
too.
fucking deal.
Yeah, they're like, this is a guy who won every Oscar on the planet with his movie a little bit ago. Let's just, he's the guy. He's Christopher Nolan or whatever.
Sure.
The GOAT.
That's why he's
He's
the
Spielberg.
goat.
How much do we think this made opening weekend?
$100,000.
Yeah, again, who knows? I'll say
Couldn't tell you.
$900,000.
Our winner today is Seth. It's $44,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that might be like 7 wheelbarrows full of cash. I don't know.
Yeah.
They didn't have armored trucks or anything. They just got guys
Yeah.
wheelbarrowing it across town. Police officers escorting them, running on foot.
And then US and Canada total?
I'll say $2.5 million.
100,000.
You're doing the same, huh?
Thrice.
Our winner today is Seth. It's 44,000.
Total?
Yep.
In
Wow.
total?
I didn't see any change in box office stuff between opening weekend in US and Canada. But worldwide,
2.5.
100,000.
our winner today is Lucas.
Fuck.
Yes.
6.2 million.
Wow.
So it almost doubled its money, making it a big success for Mr.
Well-
Capra. Hello, Theodore.
He wants to eat your heart.
Probably he's a psycho now. So 3.2 million, bringing in 6.2. That's a win.
It's just a
Taglines. There were 13 taglines for this.
Oh, let's do it.
So I narrowed it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow. Really narrowed
And this
it
one
down.
does look better than when you messed up the Star Wars one because of the spacing.
Yeah, thank you.
You should know here this time.
Okay. Oh, I'm reading facts. Hold on. All right. The most loved Christmas film of all time.
I think that's a
Some-
bold statement
say.
from 1946.
I know. They haven't even experienced the rest of time yet.
Yeah.
Every
Are they
time.
wrong?
Are they wrong? I don't like Christmas movies, so I'll let somebody else decide that. That's for the fan to decide.
Have they
Spirit
seen
Heart.
Santa with Muscles?
Have
I
you seen
love Santa with
Christmas
Muscles.
Mail?
Nope.
Oh yeah.
I think he would love it though, based on his love for Mel and Santa with Muscles.
I think you would have liked Christmas Mail. Yeah.
I do like that micro budget.
It was a bummer you weren't there.
Micro budget.
What is that?
Micro budget.
Go on.
Okay. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings.
Mm-hmm. They
No.
also, I'll tell you right now, they loved ellipses in this fucking taglines. Like every other one had a ... in it. So
I
Because they
haven't
were
even
all
read.
sent by telegram.
Stop.
It was actually just Morse code, and the ... just turned into an ellipses.
The funny thing is, I haven't read any with an ellipses yet. I just love the dramatic pause.
Yeah.
He is a fan.
Numero 3. Wonder News. Stop. About Wonder People. Stop. In a Wonder Picture. Stop. It's a Wonderful Love. It's a Wonderful Laugh. Stop. Where Wishes Come True. Stop. Where Angels
Wait, this is a new one,
are
right?
real. This is the new one?
Yes, that's
Why
a
is it
new
right
one.
next to it? You said specifically I wouldn't get confused.
Because you can see that this is where a new one why would it look like that?
There's no space, Brandon. Tab or return button.
I did do that.
Do it again.
It's harder to format on this than it is on the laptop when I send it over. You idiot.
I don't even want to read these taglines.
Do
anymore.
number 4.
Where wishes come true. Where angels are real. The greatest gift of all? It's money.
No, it's right at home.
It's right at home.
Oh,
Which is money.
FBI changed that to money.
Everyone loves money.
The greatest gift of all is redacted.
That's funny.
All right. I misread that for a second. They're making memories tonight. I thought it said they're making memories, right? Like they're not sure. This is good, isn't it? We're doing good.
Fun.
And our finale one, our one right after the penultimate one.
You're just bumping the cord a lot.
They're going steady, straight to your heart.
Well, bad. Boo.
Is that supposed to be our favorite on-screen couple? Is that what they're insinuating? Like you are gonna love these two lovebirds?
Just wait till you watch them kiss.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Immaculate kissing. Good form. Good technique.
So
Not weird. That's the tagline.
Good
Look at the
form.
kissing. It's not weird. We promise.
the most loved Christmas film of all time. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets a swing. This is just a quote. Wonder News about Wonder People in a Wonder Picture. It's a Wonderful Love. It's a Wonderful Laugh.
You forgot all the stops in there.
Where wishes come true, where angels are real. The greatest gift of all is redacted. They're making memories, right? And they're going steady straight to your heart. Which is our favorite here?
That last one.
Yeah. The Live, Laugh, Love one I like too.
Except they didn't even do life. They did love and laugh, but they didn't do life in there, which is the title of the fucking movie. It's a Wonderful Love. It's a Wonderful Laugh.
It's a Wonderful Laugh.
Again, keep laughing.
Hold on, my audio's being goofy.
I really like Where Wishes Come True, where angels are real. The greatest gift of all is right at home. Because it's like
Okay, I'm good.
God, why did you
it's like
scare us?
It's like pushing angels and religion on you very strong.
Yeah, because the movie didn't really.
No,
It was just a guy.
he
Yeah.
was. You didn't even get to see it, so it really wasn't pushed
It
on
really
you.
was just a guy.
Okay.
That's the redacted part. The religion.
Taglines of our own.
It's
Don't
Blunderful
jump.
Life. What?
Don't jump. It's a blunderful life.
What did you say?
Don't jump!
Don't
Exclamation
jump.
point. That's the
That's
movie.
That's good. I was gonna say it's a
Or-
wonderful knife. It's like a sentient knife that kills people.
Look at this cool knife
Yeah.
I found.
That's
It
cool.
killed Mr.
This
Potter.
is awesome.
How about-
It's a wonderful life.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, I think to myself, it's a wonderful
Is that Louis Armstrong?
life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he have a
Yes.
stroke?
I
Why
don't
do
know.
you sound
Why
like
does his voice
that?
sound like that?
So,
Did he play the trumpet?
Yeah, he was a great. He was like one of the best trumpeteers of all time.
Is that what you call them? Trumpeteers?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds fake, right? That sounds like a made-up word.
Trumpeteer.
Yeah, like
trumpeter.
I
chocolatier.
think it's just trumpeter.
Trumpeter sounds bad too. Trumpeter.
They know her. I like Don't Jump. That is actually a pretty good one. Like
Yeah,
it
or
fits.
Do Jump by Van Halen.
Might as well.
Van Halen's not around yet. So.
Go ahead and kill yourself.
The tagline just do it. I fucking dare you.
You won't believe what happens next. Yeah, I haven't seen
He
it.
died. Okay, that's pretty good. Cat's facts. It's a wonderful fact. It's a factorful life. Hee-haw facts.
Yeah, they did say hee-haw a lot.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its facts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I like way better than hee-haw
Your
facts.
I needed to get rid of hee-haw facts, but I know your mom's gonna be mad about this one because she hates that.
My mom hates. Shout out Karen, Mama K. She hates this film, and she hates
Mrs. Brandon.
Little Zuzu's voice. My teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. She hates it so much.
Yeah.
So
I
think
was wondering why. What's that? Oh, she's only
like
3.
Yeah.
she was like 40.
I was wondering why I've heard your mom say that so many times.
Yeah.
I heard that line before, and I was like, "Why is that familiar?" Like, oh, because childhood.
She hates it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think every time a bell rings, an angel gets its facts is what we'd have to do. Thanks, guys.
Like, I think we've developed the strangest form of communication in chemistry.
Like ionic bonds and stuff.
Is that the strangest way?
I don't know. That's just chemistry.
What about covalent?
We don't have to pause now. We've already paused. Quit counting us down. No, we don't have to sync the audio either.
Yeehaw! These angels got their facts. Let's hear it.
Lucas, why did you hee-haw?
Yeehaw.
Oh, that's pretty good. Hee-haw.
I hate that guy so much.
Sam Wainwright. Every time he came on screen, says like, "Fuck."
Yeehaw.
First one. For the scene that required Donna Reed to throw a rock through the window of the Granville house.
A rack. Don't laugh.
She woke up throwing a racket.
Her ham.
She woke up throwing ham.
Fallujah.
Fallujah, Jamaica. Ooh,
They're squadron buddies. Ham and Donna Reed, who's like 1,000 years old now.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Ham and Harry Bailey because he was in the Navy fighting overseas.
I don't know.
It's real life Ham and real life Donna Reed today. I mean, she's probably dead, but if she's not, she's like
There's no way
in the Iraq.
There's no way
War.
she's alive.
There's no way. But if
There's
she
not a
was,
chance.
and also serving this country admirably.
Oh, she's over there right now with him.
Yeah.
She's 98 serving.
They're talking war buddies.
Yeah.
So this one, for the scene that required Donna Reed to throw a rock through the window of the Granville house,
R.I.P.
director Frank Capra actually hired a marksman to shoot it out on cue. But to everyone's amazement, Reed broke the window by herself. They didn't realize she could throw, but she had played baseball in high school and had a strong throwing arm.
Hell yeah. Girl power.
I just love it because it's like, a girl can throw? Like,
what a crazy fact.
They just got the right to vote like 20 years ago at this point, so.
That's true.
I imagine throwing. They don't get to throw a whole lot.
That's crazy. It's crazy they had to hire somebody with a gun.
They hired a sniper to shoot it out instead of thinking, she could maybe throw. Like, they didn't test it first. They hired this man.
I mean, that's the easiest solution is to let her throw it, but also, like, is there a better solution besides a gun? Like, couldn't you just have somebody inside with a hammer?
FBI doesn't care about that, too.
Slingshot?
They don't care about the hiring of snipers on the set of a Christmas movie, but it's anti-capitalist.
They care about the class riots.
Yeah. Next, actor and producer Sheldon Leonard said in an interview that he only agreed to play Nick the bartender so he would have more money to buy baseball tickets.
That's so stupid. Such a 1940s thing to say.
I gotta see my Yankees games.
Gotta go down to the ballpark.
So stupid. I love it.
And he wouldn't have done it otherwise?
No. He took this role in a big time movie to just buy baseball tickets. It's awesome.
Crazy.
During a war.
Yeah.
Next,
He can't eat.
as
All the
Uncle
best players are gone.
Figuring out how to make cake without cooking it because they don't have any food.
Oh, rations.
Yeah.
Next,
What'd you think I was saying?
as Uncle Billy drunkenly leaves the Bailey home, it sounds as if he stumbles into some trash cans on the sidewalk. In fact, a crew member dropped a large tray of props right as Thomas Mitchell went off screen. James Stewart began laughing, and Mitchell quickly improvised, "I'm all right, I'm okay." And director Frank Capra decided to use this take in the final cut and gave the stagehand a $10 bonus for improving the
Wow,
sound.
what a generous man.
Wow.
That is it did seem a little out of place. Like that was like the one slapstick part of the movie, and I was like, well, that's kind of goofy. So it's kind of funny that it was by accident.
It was actually the first drunk man falling over in cinema history.
Probably not, but
What? Who did it first?
I need names.
Me?
Write them down.
Write that down. Holiday host.
Write that down. Oh shit.
Write that down.
No. Next.
He's writing it down, folks.
I am writing it down.
He said no, but he's being a little rad about it.
Next up, James Stewart was nervous about the phone kiss scene because it was his first on-screen kiss since his return to Hollywood after the war. Under director Frank Capra's watchful eye, Stewart filmed the scene in only one unrehearsed take, and it worked so well that the part of the embrace was cut because it was too passionate to pass the censors.
I don't believe that.
That's so funny. It was objectively goofy kiss.
Yeah. What did they cut? Were they just banging besides that? How do you
They're
have
just
to
sort of
censor that?
smashing their cheeks against each other.
That's exactly what
That
they're
is
doing.
it. Marina looked up and said, "Why are they rubbing their faces together so much?"
They're kissing.
They couldn't, they probably couldn't show it maybe at this time too.
Just during the
Like
time
full
where
on
you couldn't,
sucking tongue.
where you couldn't
Oh,
kiss
yeah.
on TV for more than like 15 seconds. One of you couldn't
I
be
probably couldn't piss at
lying
all,
down
I'm
in
sure.
bed. Stuff like that. There used to be those rules. Like one person had to at least be
Yeah.
kneeling or standing.
It was like a big deal when Psycho had a shower scene, and that was in like 1960 or something.
Uh-huh. Huh. Well,
Yeah, it's gotta pass all these like moral standards at the time.
Gross.
Which I guess this obscene act does.
next. Films made prior to this one used cornflakes painted white for this falling snow effect. Because cornflakes were so loud, dialogue had to be dubbed in later. Director Frank Capra wanted to record the sound live, so a new snow effect was developed using foamite, soap, and water.
I called it.
You didn't say foamite, but you did say soap.
No, I didn't say foam. I never heard that word in my life, but I said soap like 9 times.
That's foamite. I can tell foamite when I see
out
it.
about it.
The RKO Effects Department actually received a Class 3 Scientific or Technical Award for the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences for the development of the new film Snow.
It's funny the cornflakes were used before. That's so stupid. They couldn't use cotton or anything.
Yeah, and it's even funnier that it was so loud they couldn't record anything.
Well, imagine all those cornflakes on the ground. You're stepping on them. And...
Yeah, that's hilarious. That's what I'm
it's
thinking
so
of.
funny.
Dropping them from a giant... I assume they just have like a giant bucket up above. I don't know.
No, it's like one of those
The
giant
cornflake
like
guy.
There's a cornflake
it's
guy.
one of those giant planes that drops like the flame retardant on fires, but it just dropped
It's just cornflakes.
hundreds of thousands of cornflakes.
I love it.
They didn't have to dub out the sound of the giant airplane, but they did the cornflakes.
I love this fantasy world that existed for some reason.
Next one. The set for Bedford Falls was constructed in 2 months and was one of the longest sets that had ever been made for an American movie. It covered 4 acres of RKO's Encino Ranch. It included 75 stores and buildings, a main street, a factory district, and a large residential and slum area. Main Street was 300 yards long, 3 whole city blocks. So production really...
They used to really make movies back then. Now just be Robert Downey Jr. fucking shopping on a green screen.
Yeah.
Hello, Zorp Torb. Can I get a Marvel shake, please?
Fuck is Zorptor?
The fuck is a Marvel shake?
That's what they do.
Zorptor.
I got everything in the reference but Zorptor. Who is that?
He's a Marvel villain, I'm sure.
He made up all of that.
Well, I know, but Marvel Shake, I'm like, okay. That's funny.
Yeah.
They've capitalized on the the expansion of Marvel as a cinematic thing, and they're profiting off of it. But is Zorptorb? Is he the Gulp Shido of the Marvel universe?
He's probably God, honestly.
Zorptorb is
Those
God.
people are crazy.
I heard this thing the other day about it was the ending of the first Avengers movie. And they're like, what was Tony Stark's plan with that nuke if the aliens closed the portal before he got it through there?
To die?
He's just gonna die in the air.
Yeah, but that's like a nuke. That's gonna radiate anything that it lands over is radiation. Like, is he just sacrificing?
But the nuke
millions?
was already on land anyway, so like it would have killed everybody. So why not try?
But he activated it, didn't he? Like,
No, I thought it was already going.
There's a
I haven't
ton of
seen
nukes
Avengers in
land.
10 years, so I don't actually know.
I haven't either, but I laughed really hard when I heard that. I was like, what the fuck was he gonna do?
He was trying to bring it to Zorptorb.
Probably throw it really far.
Yeah, they could have just had Hulk launch it.
They should have Donna Reed throw it.
Shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Have a marksman shoot it out of the sky. All right. Next one. According to Robert J. Anderson, H.B. Warner was really drunk during the scene in which Mr. Gower slaps young George. Warner's slaps were real and caused real blood to come from Anderson's ears.
Wow.
Just a
Realism.
drunken man.
Did they pay him for that?
The kid or the Mr. Gower?
They pay the drunk old man to hit a child to the point that he bleeds out of his ear for real.
I don't know. I think you have to get at least a little pay deduction for that.
It's pretty
Or
affecting.
Fucking bonus for Capra.
Yeah, here's a nickel, boy.
To this old man.
The kid literally got paid like $5 to get blood come out of his ear or something.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, didn't get paid at all. It's the 40s.
Oh.
What are you talking about?
It's fair.
They had jobs back then.
Next. This is ranked as the #1 most inspirational movie of all time by the American Film Institute.
Not in my heart.
Jesus. Said that so fast.
I was ready. As soon as you said this was ranked, I was like, oh, nope. No, it wasn't.
Maybe not
Next.
the inspirational wouldn't be the word I would describe it best, maybe.
Yeah.
Next.
The most movie.
Most movie.
This is number 21 on IMDb's top 250. So the highest film we've done to date.
That's sad.
Interesting. Old
And
shit.
like I did with Spirited Away, I'm gonna pull up the ones that are like right around it again.
They're neighbors.
They're neighbors, yes. IMDb top 250. So load.
What's number 1? Is it still
Shawshank.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
All right.
Best
So
ending
it's
ever, yeah.
20. It's 26. So we're gonna
What was
do
number 1?
Shawshank.
Oh.
It's number 26. So we'll do 21, or it's 21. So we'll do 16 through 26. 16 is The Matrix.
Hell yeah.
17 is Goodfellas. 18,
Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, hell yeah.
19/7.
7.
Oh, so good.
I've seen 7.
27 Samurai.
Oh, higher, please.
This is 21. 22 is The Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
23 is City of God. 24
Oh.
Saving Private Ryan. 25 is Life is Beautiful. And 26 is Interstellar.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Higher, please.
For Interstellar.
Yeah.
I love Interstellar. It's one of my favorites. And then last but not least, this is our nominations.
Hit it.
Oscars. It was nominated for 5, did not win any. Best Picture, Best Actor in a Leading Role, Best Director, Best Sound, and Best Film Editing.
It did have good sound, I thought.
I don't really know. Usually now, I just think of things nowadays for sound where it's all war films and sci-fi things.
Yeah, but like for like a 1946 movie, I've heard it's hard to hear some of those movies a lot of the time.
Just
This
even
was
like
like-
the dialogue and whatnot.
Yeah, and it's often dubbed, and which takes it out.
No,
So
I could understand everything. Yeah.
It was I don't know. I was pretty pleased with the technical level of this movie for being fucking 80 years old, almost 75 years old.
Yeah. the Spain's Cinema Writers Circle Award. This won Best Foreign Film. Golden Globe, it won Best Director.
Golden Globes, Jesus.
In 1990, it was in the National Film Registry. We already talked about that. Best Director nominated at the New York Film Critics Circle Awards and Young Artist Awards. Former Child Star Lifetime Achievement Award for Jimmy Hawkins in 1994. So
Okay.
that's what we got.
So it was good facts.
Some good facts.
Good fact.
Good facts. Can you ale me, please?
Yeah, I think the rest of this is probably yours.
So
I
what's
poured myself a good amount.
what's
Don't give me all.
the
Huh?
where are we
Give me
at
all of
with
it.
You don't want
You get the very last of it.
where are we at in the story with Miss Kidman?
Nicole Kidman?
What did we talk about with Peyton and Carter?
Did we bring her up with Peyton?
Yeah, we did.
I tried to kill her and then we put her in a cage.
No, that was with Lukas.
No, I know. I think we just rehashed it with Peyton. I'm trying to think of what she said about it, though. I don't know if she said anything.
She did say that. Oh, I remember with Carter we were talking about that. She's actually just in the theaters watching movies now, but she takes up 7 seats because of all of her tentacles. So the theater doesn't get as much revenue.
We had her fight somebody with Carter still.
We also had her fight Jesus. Yeah.
I think we should do something really. We should like cut off her finger or something
Fuck.
We should just
this
torture her.
week. Yeah, just let her know we're still here. We're not forgetting about her.
Yeah,
We're still in charge.
we're still gonna beat this dead horse.
We rule
No
you,
more
Nicole.
pinky. It's gone.
No.
Brandon
'Cause you-
ate it off.
Oh, fuck.
Brandon, hold on. So canonically, Brandon bit off Nicole Kidman's pinky because we think that she thought that we forgot about it. Just in
Yes.
case potentially she thought on an off
This
chance
shit was
that we
over.
forgot about it.
We're
We
taking this to
think-
our graves.
We think that she thought that she forgot about us forgetting about her.
Then
So
we forgot
I went,
about Dre.
I went huge.
Yeah.
Ate her
and
pinky.
bit her pinky and
I'd
ate
like
it.
to. I'd like to think that I didn't stop
Like
the
a baby
pinky.
carrot.
I did.
And then you started
pinky-
choking, and Seth had to give you the Heimlich.
I like to think that I did each
It was a
pinky and
crazy
pinky
night.
toe. Like, you know what? Just get rid
You
of
got her
50
toes too?
each
Brandon, we didn't
pinky
ask
and
you to
each
bite her
pinky toe.
toes as well. Don't volunteer for weird
I
shit.
didn't
we
say
didn't sign you
suck
up
on her
for.
toes or anything.
You still went after her toes.
I'm just taking off the 5th digit on each appendage.
We
Why
didn't ask
stop
you to
at
do
one
that.
pinky?
We did not ask you to do that. One pinky. And we were going to cut
piece
it.
of
You
power.
bit it. You volunteered for
No,
that.
he said I bit it off.
You
Well,
did.
yeah, you did, but we didn't
Seth
ask
was
you
going
to.
in with the scalpel.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just about to cut her pinky
Ah!
off.
He ran through the door and said, wait, I have an objection, and then bit her pinky off.
You were just like, I have a funny goof. Check this out. He bit her finger off and ate it.
And I ate her toes.
But you didn't chew it. You just swallowed her pinky hole.
And that's why I was choking.
That's why you were choking.
It's all right,
There's
Nicole.
a finger-sized food in your throat that just happened
Finger
to be
foods.
a finger.
Finger foods. We'll figure it out next week, Nicole. We might get you your fingers back in some form or fashion.
I think she
once
lost
I shit them out, then you'll be good.
We're not
We'll
taking
sew them back on.
She probably just regenerates it. I don't know. She has tentacles.
That's a good
She'll be
idea.
fine.
Yeah.
We'll see you next week, Nicole.
So
stay
now,
strapped to that chair.
so now we found out that she's just like a sustainable source of food. Like we can just keep eating
Not
her.
eating her.
And she just
Yeah,
grows
quit
back her
that.
limbs.
We're gonna put you in the cage next.
Every time I run into the room with Nicole, Seth's like, "Don't eat that."
Why do you have to eat her? She's not limitless food, man. She's not like
sounds
a
like she is.
fusion reactor.
I'm not gonna eat like her heart or anything. I'm just gonna eat her.
Fingers
Yeah.
and toes.
So
We'll
that
see you
turned
next
into a
week,
less of a
Nicole.
Nicole Kidman thing and more just a me thing.
Yeah, it's your sustainable food.
Okay, let's get into the movie.
Moving. Did his lips move just now?
Yeah,
Oh god, I didn't see. I thought he just.
movie.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ventriloquist. Movie.
Oh,
Good ventriloquism.
thank you.
Oh,
Yeah. So I my first note is I got the abridged version, boys, on
Good note.
Tubi. So how does yours start?
they hand wrote certificates out and hired a guy to pull them aside as the intro credits.
Did you see the intro?
I didn't get that.
There was a bunch of certificates that had like starring this person.
Yeah, I
and they
had
pulled
that.
him away.
Oh, I didn't see the hand stuff. That's cool.
It was a cool intro, but it was so hard for me not to laugh because I know off screen is just a guy pulling papers, and I lost the magic, but it was a cool intro.
And then you get a bunch of voiceovers of people saying to bring George back, or that he's such a good guy, or give me Daddy back.
Something's wrong with Dad.
Yeah.
This was cool, wasn't it? Was it like kind of like space for you guys, and they were each like stars, kind of talking, and like they're like
not at this moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stars is right after this. This is like voiceovers of his loved ones.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
Praying for him. Oh, okay. You probably just jumped straight into the galaxies.
You just opened into glowing rock stars talking to each other.
Yeah, I did.
Well, yeah, two glowing rocks, which are galaxies. They start to talk to each other, which I put. They must be gods, and they say that an angel has to go down to help George, and this angel's going to be Clarence, and it's just a star that you just see flying off the screen.
This was cool. I liked the dialogue between them. It's kind of like a non-traditional way, I think, to start a movie. And it reminded me of a shot in Everywhere, Everything, All at Once, if we've been talking about it so much. But I think it was cool how they were just stars.
It was a little cool. I thought it was a little dorky as well. Maybe nowadays, looking back at the film and being like, how could you have done this better?
Yeah.
Because it was like a lot of just black void and then a couple things, just like two little tiny glowing things in the center.
Well, I mean, that's space.
Yeah. But I don't know if you needed the entirety
I just think it's
of space.
I think it's an interesting swerve, because I think you come to this movie and you want to see Jimmy Stewart and Donna Reed or whatever tap dancing or whatever out the gate, and you get these like kind of abstract stars talking to each other.
I was very surprised by it.
I was too. Had you seen this before, Lucas?
Seth
hadn't either. I
hate Christmas.
I seen it a long time ago, so it's a new watch coming around. I hated it when I first saw it. So, but this angel's Clarence. He's going to be attempting to get his wings as an angel.
Oh, he fell. Boo.
Theodore.
Loser.
Kill.
Idiot.
Walk much.
Well, Clarence goes all the way back to George. It's told from the perspective of our galaxies, basically, teaching Clarence, the angel, about George's life up to this point. So you cut all the way back to George as a kid.
And Clarence's parents have a real good marriage.
Fuck it, I go a cappella.
He's doing the whole shit.
Yeah, Cheddar shot himself. Yeah, that's my favorite part. He's saying all that shit. That's so funny. He's like, "Yeah, you fucked my girl. Yeah, Cheddar shot himself because he's a dumbass." And Cheddar's like, "What?"
Just like, "What the hell? What, you got to bring me into it?"
Yeah.
Plaxico Burress looking ass.
He didn't look like Plaxico Burress.
He shot himself though.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you go all the way back to George as a kid during a sledding accident where he saved his brother Harry from drowning.
They're sledding on shovels. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, it's like snow shovels.
But it was awesome.
Yeah, it's important, man. They got to know it's the 40s.
You can't do the Citizen Kane thing and have a toboggan. You got to go for the shovel.
That's true.
Mantis toboggan.
Anytime you use a toboggan in a movie now, you're invoking Citizen Kane, I feel like.
You're invoking Cthulhu.
Yeah.
It's true. Toboggan. Anytime there's a turtle in a movie.
Yep.
You're invoking Mel.
You smile. Not invoking Mel.
Anytime there's a turtle. Anytime there's a turtle in a movie, I have this weird instinct to eat pancakes.
To eat fingers. So he saves his little brother who he didn't really fall into the ice. He just slid into the part of the pond that wasn't on ice.
Yeah.
Nobody stopped him.
Guys, you're gonna want to see this. And then he started drowning.
Yeah.
Cool trick, bro.
This little kid George jumps in and saves him. They make a chain gang.
Loses his hearing in his left ear too.
Yeah, how does that happen? Because it was cold.
Yeah.
Brandon says that's actually exactly how you lose your hearing.
No, he got pneumonia or something. They're like, oh, he got a cold and he lost his hearing. And I was like, no, that's like a meningitis kind of thing. He didn't just get a cold and lost his hearing.
They didn't know. They didn't
it's
know.
Like
they're
3 years
making
after penicillin, yeah.
They didn't have doctors in the writing room. They had writers in the writing room there.
Well,
even so, they would have just given him cocaine anyways.
Yeah, that's true. Numb him out.
I can hear everything.
Well, little boy George is working this shop all by himself and has these two young girls swooning over him, little Mary and little Violet. Mary's not pushing herself on him or anything. Violet is the flashy girl. She likes to
flash him.
And this is also what I think a pharmacy is like in real life.
Yeah, well, the druggists actually.
Yeah, exactly.
The druggist, yeah.
I wish we'd kept that terminology.
Brandon's a druggist.
Yeah. Makes him sound like a criminal.
Maybe this is the most notable representation of a pharmacist in film history, Brandon, and not Phil from Kicking and Screaming.
Kicking and Screaming. Phil's Pills. But
yeah, is it this old guy?
Mr. Gowan, the attempted murderer pharmacist.
Murderer child abuser.
He's got to be now. I can't. This is a famous movie.
Potentially. Well, George sees a telegram sitting out in front of the shop saying that his his son died from influenza, and he goes back to try and cheer him up.
Cool shot too, I'll say here.
As you get tracked through everything.
Yeah, well, it's like set like 2, I guess, levels back from where they're talking. There's like some shelves and stuff in the way, but it's just kind of framed kind of cool. It's not like right up on them.
Yeah, and I got really excited because what George was doing was serving ice cream up front, and then there was the pharmacist in the back, and I was like, "That's Cold Stone and Pharmacy. That's me.
That is you.
That is me."
To a T.
And,
with your harem of wives.
The Cold Stone to Pharmacy pipeline.
To common track.
Yeah.
Like, you work at Cold Stone, then you get into pharmacy school.
Give the people what they need.
He's a pleaser.
I get yelled at both places from time to time. So, but he goes back to the pharmacist, and he's getting slapped the hell out of by the pharmacist. Oh wait, that's a little later, because you get introduced to George's dad. You get big bank and things going on. Examiners are coming in. The higher ups are mad about all the loans he's giving out, and I don't remember what this is. My note is, what the hell is all over Uncle Billy's fingers? Did he have things on his hands?
I don't know.
Maybe it was food or something?
I don't know.
Skin?
Maybe
Brandon?
cream cheese from a Mobius strip bagel.
Is he still a kid in this?
Yes, George is still a kid, but he went to his dad's place at Building and Loan and whatnot, and he went to check it out.
And Uncle Billy's got some dirty fingers.
Yeah, he was sucking things off his fingers or something.
Weird.
I don't know what it was, but George goes back to the shop, and he tells Mr. Gowan, the pharmacist, "You fucking fell again, Theo."
Idiot.
He goes back to Mr. Gowan, the pharmacist,
Cringe.
and he gets slapped the hell out of him because he yells at him that he put poison in the pills.
Well, he slapped him because he was mad he didn't give the drugs to the lady yet.
Yeah.
So what the hell are you doing so late? And then he said, "I don't do that, Mr. Goober, whatever."
Coward, but
coward.
Goofy Goober. And this big peanut guy. But no, he gets slapped the hell out of. He's like, "No, you put poison in here. Check it out." And he taste tests the poison. He's like, "Wow, that is poison."
Pretty strong sense of empathy from this kid after being walloped by his boss. He's like, "It's okay. I won't tell anybody. I forgive you. Whatever."
Yeah. Also, sorry about your dead son or whatever.
Yeah, well, that was like where it was coming from. Yeah, he's like, "I knew." He said the whole time, he's like, "I knew you weren't feeling good. You were in the right state of mind. Don't worry."
Yeah. It definitely sets the tone for who George Bailey is as a person. And who influences him and the way he reacts later on in adulthood.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, then you get some scenes back at the bank and whatnot, and Clarence immediately is like, "Why is the video stopped?" It was like kind of meta where like the movie stopped.
That's cool.
George is grown up now, and Clarence was really into his looks.
Yeah.
It's like, this man's handsome
Look
as hell.
how hot this guy is.
My note here is it's Jimmy Stewart, and he's the skinniest guy who's ever lived. He is just a beanpole.
Have you seen
Seth? He's way skinnier than Seth. He's like 6'3", 120.
Why am I getting hit out here?
Have you seen Hunter Hash?
I've seen Hunter Hash. I was like notoriously thin throughout high school. I guess now still apparently, and Hunter's still like, oh my god. He doesn't listen to this, right?
No.
Okay.
He said he did listen to the first couple and that he couldn't do it.
All right.
Loser.
I
I was
respect
like,
the
thanks.
honesty,
I was
I
like,
guess.
thanks, Hunter. I was like, they're a lot better now. Obviously, the first ones is like first season of The Office
No.
or whatever, where
He's
it's
just
super
like,
cringy.
I couldn't listen to your grating voice for more than half an hour, Brandon.
You used to live with me for years.
I know, and you got in a fight like day 4. You suplexed a
I
man.
did suplex him. Well, Lucas, you're also a very tall, skinny dude.
Yeah. What about it?
Beanpole looking ass.
And Carter.
And Carter, who looked like child George Bailey.
Oh yeah, you did say that. George Bailey as a kid looked like Carter. You're like, is that Carter?
Yeah.
Kind of did.
But yeah, so we're freeze framed on this handsome guy.
Really into it. And George,
Like I
is
said, it was
talking-
cool, almost postmodern technique where they're stopping the film and like,
for
hey, what's going on
1946.
here?
It was good. Yeah.
I like that. I was pleasantly surprised.
And George is out talking with his dad, saying how he really wants to be an architect when he finishes school. When his dad offers a job for him to work at the building and loan offices. And this kind of sets off what happens with George in his life, is he's always putting his life aside to help other people.
Yes.
He wants
His
to travel
brother-
the world.
Sexually harasses the help too.
Yeah,
He goes like,
does.
he
I don't
like
remember
slaps
that.
her ass and he's like, I'm gonna get
Gangster.
you, Annie.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. He did.
They're like, Annie, can I marry you? And she's like, get the fuck away from me. And he's like,
This
oh
black
yeah.
servant.
And then chases her into the kitchen and slaps her ass just barely on screen. You can see it.
That is right. I do remember that now.
It was awesome.
Well,
It rolled. It rolled.
George goes to some big party, and I notice this guy just keeps hee-hawing at him.
Oh my god.
That's Sam Wainwright. It's his friend.
It's the hee-haw guy.
It's the hee-haw guy. And at this party, George is dancing with one of his friend's little sisters. Violet is not happy about it.
No.
She's envious, but this
There was
little
a-
sister is Mary.
I had a note too that if this was any movie post 1980s, it would have been "I Just Died in Your Arms Tonight" playing as they looked at each other across, because that is like the exact vibe. They saw each other across the party.
Yeah.
He died in your arms tonight.
Died in your arms, Clay Aiken.
Yeah, and then they have a Charleston contest.
They do. They have a big old
That's so
dance
funny.
contest going on.
Is that what it was?
This
Yeah,
is
he said,
funny
"Everyone, we're
because-
doing the Charleston contest. Everyone gets tapped by a judge. You out of there."
I thought they said it was like the lovers contest.
But it was also them dancing. You didn't know if when they got tapped, they were the worst dancers or if they were the worst lovers.
Yeah, I was confused as to what the criteria was. Like, what if you
Also-
were really bad dancers, but you had like that sort of flame in your eyes and you looked at each other, you know? And how do you quantify that as a judge
How do you-
objectively?
Get that in the Charleston. Because I didn't know. The Charleston is really goofy, and they at one point they all do the thing where they put their hands on their knees and swing them back and forth.
Yeah,
is that part of the Charleston?
Yeah, that's the Charlie Brown or whatever. But I was like, there's no fucking way they win this dance competition with him doing that.
Everybody
thing.
was doing that. That's part of the dance.
I thought that. Oh, I didn't know everybody was doing it. I thought he was copying. You can see one guy doing it, and I thought that George was copying it because he
I
said
gotta do
earlier
this.
he's like, "I'm not a good dancer." So I thought he was looking at one guy. He's like, "I'm gonna copy this guy. If he's out, I'm out too."
I think it's a step of the Charleston, which is
Okay.
absurd.
What
People
a
dance
weird
like that.
move.
I remember I
People
took
still dance like that. I dance like that.
well while they're all dancing. I remember
People
I
at
took
work hate me for it.
I took this note and it was like super absurd because like I was like, imagine just reading this out loud in a non-context format because my note is
Oh boy.
they
Yeah.
enter a dance competition when Othello gets all salty and opens the floor up to expose the hidden swimming pool that they fall into and everyone jumps in to join.
I like this scene because they were like dancing too close to it as it opened up, and he's like, "Oh!" Every time they got closer, everyone would be like, "Whoa!" So they'd be like, "They love our dancing." So they did it, like,
We're so
6 more
good.
times.
They keep
And then they fell
applauding.
back.
They must love us.
Yeah, and then everyone jumps in, including the organizer who was pissed everybody was jumping in.
This guy's name was Othello.
Yeah, that
Othello
was.
jumped in too. Yeah,
No, Othello didn't jump in. He was the pissed guy. He was the guy that George stole Mary from.
I think they still jumped in at the very end. Him and the
Did he
other
still?
guy. Yeah, because they wanted some of that action.
Well, after
So funny.
after they get all wet in the pool and whatnot, they're leaving. He's walking her home. They had to borrow these other clothes. And George and Mary are really feeling each other on this walk. And luckily, she's 18.
Oh hell yeah! They both look 30.
I mean, they are both 30 at the time, but they're playing younger selves of them.
Ah.
But luckily, she's 18 here. And
They're
they
doing
start
this goofy singing thing too, where they finish each other's lyrics of this song, Buffalo Gals.
Buffalo Gals. And they stumble across this big old house that they throw rocks at, shatter the glass, and they make wishes when they throw it.
Yeah.
He wants to travel the world. He asks what she wished for. She wants that dick.
No,
Yeah.
she didn't tell him.
No, she didn't, but you could see. That's why she didn't tell him.
In her eyes, you could see, like, instead of the little hearts in the cartoon,
There's a
just little
dick.
dicks that popped up in her pupils.
It was a
This is the eggplant emoji.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. And then at one point, they stopped so George can like perv around at her. He like knocks her dress off.
No, somebody yells at them, and he steps on the robe that she was wearing afterwards, and it comes undone.
And she lets out this banshee screech.
And she does.
We'd
And
rewind it a couple times.
she hides in a hydrangea bush.
Well, this
so
is where
then
he's being a perv. Yeah.
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 Kind of not like a real perv, but just being like a goofball.
Yeah, it's kind of like jokey, but it feels weird at the same time. It's like,
Yeah.
I could pay people to see this. I could start a little circus over here. It's like,
She's
well,
pretty
that part's not as
distraught.
funny. The other part's like teasing her about like, oh, should I give you this back? I don't know. Like he's going
That's
to.
funny.
You can tell, and he's kind of joking.
I
with
could
her.
make
But
money
the-
off
but
of
the part where
this.
he's like, I could get a line from all the way to the end of town.
From Timbuktu to here.
Yeah, maybe he's not the greatest guy.
George
Well,
Bailey, bite your tongue.
he's toying with her in the bush when a car comes by to say that his dad has had a stroke. So he hops out of there, throws the robe onto the bush, and leaves her. And Peter died, and George is now filling in to
Peter's
help
the
out.
dad.
Yes, Peter's his dad. He's filling in to help out at building and loan, and he's telling off the owners of the bank of like how good a person his father was and how they need to keep the business open. And they're going to keep the branch open, but only on one stipulation. George has to be in charge, which means he puts his own life plans on the back end.
For the betterment of the people.
In the
Mhm.
garbage.
Because the sort of whole central thing about this bank and loan place is it's the only place in town that that evil Harry Potter doesn't own, and it's like the really only respite from his torture stranglehold on the town.
And it's the Good Samaritan thing. They give out loans all the time. Maybe too many loans, but
Like Yes Man.
yeah, but that ended up working out for him too, and that worked out for Jim Carrey.
I haven't seen Yes. I hated Yes Man. That's right.
Ah,
We've talked about this because he doesn't like Jim Carrey even.
Yes Man is good.
I love Yes Man.
I don't enjoy movies with premises like that, which Jim Carrey often finds himself in. I feel like where he's accidentally God or he can't say no. You know.
I can't tell if you don't like the premise thing or if you don't like Jim Carrey, so you've ended up hating the premise thing. If it's just like this
I
cycle
think it's both.
they work
He
their
might
way
have
into each
led
other.
into it, yeah. Because you're right. I don't know what my favorite Jim Carrey movie is. Probably Eternal Sunshine, but I don't like it nearly as much as you two do.
I did love it a lot, but
That's
I
so
love that sad shit. So I'll always rate it a couple points up just because it made me cry. I
Jim
did
Carrey would have
rewatch
been a
Yes
good
Man
in this
recently.
movie. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was just gonna say it's not as good as I remember it because there's a couple parts that are a little bit cringier now that I'm older. But
Yes Man?
yeah, it's still really good.
I thought you were talking about Eternal. I was like, you watched that like 2 months ago. So
I've
I'm way
aged.
older now.
My age is exponential, Brandon. I'm 60.
I was like, there aren't really like super cringe moments in that kind of film that you wouldn't have already noticed watching 2 months ago. But
this isn't the Eternal Sunshine podcast.
no, this is the Yes Man podcast. So
Let's get
No.
back into the
I say
Well,
no.
the
I'll say what Jim
galaxies-
Carrey can't.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Nice.
bars.
Good news, Lucas. The Santa Claus's mini series has been renewed for season 2. So
Wow.
I know.
What?
have you been watching along with it?
No, he's not been
No.
watching a lot. He didn't even watch Christmas Mail. You think he's watching the Santa Clauses?
They're only 30
Parentheses,
minutes.
close parentheses.
No,
So
I,
actually,
I really despise Tim Allen's late career choices.
And his
But Peyton Manning and the NFTs, the Nutty
Yeah.
Fudgy treats.
his
There you
early
go.
career choices, though.
Well, with the cocaine,
cocaine, yeah.
yeah. Well, the galaxies are talking again about how George gave all of his money to his brother to go to college and become a football star. And 4 years later, George is still working for the bank. He's the head guy there, but he can't catch a break and go on adventures. But he still has Violet hitting on him.
Maybe.
I didn't know who you were flipping up. You're flipping up Theodore.
Yeah, he's trying to fucking square up.
He's venting at us. Well, yeah, he's still got Violet hitting on him, and a giant crowd laughs at all of his date ideas. Remember, he was like, "We could walk through the park," and
Yeah.
He was saying like, I mean, it was kind of weird, but he'd known her for a while, and he was like, "Yeah, let's go like run in a field and swim and watch the sunrise." And I was like, "All right, that doesn't sound so bad." And she was like, still caught up on the field thing.
That was very. Yeah, he's being like a romantic. You know.
Yeah. She's like, "What the fuck?" Actually, and who are these people that come around and start like laughing at him though?
Yeah, they were alone, and then
they're alone in the middle of the street, and then like 16 people are suddenly crowded around them in a circle,
pointing and laughing at his ass.
Like, you hear this guy trying to be poetic over here? Let's form a mob.
Well, after that failed attempt at a date with Violet, he storms off and he goes by Mary's
I'll
place.
take my shoes off.
Where she
literally the rest of it was fine. She's like, I'm not barefoot in grass
That's insane.
in this economy.
Well, he ends up stumbling across Mary's
so
place,
poor.
and she invites him inside,
Mm-hmm.
She does.
where she's got music and gifts for him. But she gets all mad because
Edibles.
he didn't have a reason to come in to see her. She's like, why'd you come in? He's like, I don't know why I came in. She's like, okay, whatever.
It's cold outside. There's also the underlying tension that she is going steady or seeing the hee-haw guy, Sam, back at college. So
Yeah.
I think that's what mostly is what has perturbed George Bailey here. Is that even though she's like throwing himself on him practically, he's still pissed off about the Violet thing, about everything that's going on, and he can't, I don't know. He feels like a second place guy.
I couldn't tell when he ends up in front of her house, and like his mom has called ahead and like, hey, my son's gonna be there, and he's like, I didn't tell anybody I was gonna fucking be here. I was just wondering if like subconsciously he'd ended up there, if his mom had predicted that he was gonna walk over there, if he even knew where Mary lived. I assume it's a small town, so he did. And
Didn't the mom suggest, she's like, you should go see her? And then he's like, what direction should I go in? And she like cutely sets him off on the right direction, and then he goes the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I think it's more like the mom subconsciously knew. He's like, yeah, he's gonna find his way back to her on this little walkabout he has.
Well, after he gets in a little fight with her, he starts to storm out of her place. When he comes back in to talk to Sam Wainwright, the hee-haw guy, on the phone, huddled around it because it's one of the old, like where you hold the microphone in your hand, you hold the other end of your ear.
The receiver and the whatever the other part is called.
The giver. And they're huddled around the phone with Mary for a job opportunity for him, and they're just about to kiss. And I put, they're going to kiss unless George flips his shit and shakes her vigorously. But that'll never happen.
Oh, shit.
He just grabs her and starts shaking her.
The thing that he said could never happen.
The unthinkable. But after he shakes her, it apparently sealed the deal because they start smashing their faces together. Literally.
I'm going to start shaking women.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out to the bar. It's like,
Romantic.
can I buy you a shot? He's like, no, I'm good. Grab her by the shoulders.
How about a shake?
You want fries with that shake?
I think that.
Please let go of me.
I think that's good. I mean, you can't knock it till you try it. So,
Yeah.
And it worked in a movie. So
Yeah, and that's.
And they smash faces. They kiss a lot, but mostly just rub. And now they're married. They're full-on adults. They're married, and George is about to go on this honeymoon when something crazy is going on at the bank. And he comes in. The bank's giving out too many loans. They can't pay off their own loan for the land and are out of cash.
Oh, you're fine. No, you're good.
They are out of cash.
Yeah, it's
All their
because the depression.
expendables. Yeah, I mean, post-World War II, what are you going to do? And
I was confused for a second about that part.
Mary
It's pre-World War II. The depression is before.
Oh, yes.
This is like in like the 30s.
Yeah, depression was like
Well,
1929.
World War II comes up
33
like
or
right
something?
now. Yeah.
No, that's because his brother was a war hero in World War II when he has like all of his kids and everything.
Yeah, but the kids were only like 9 at the oldest one was maybe like 10. But
They
that
don't
is
have
right.
kids yet.
Yeah, they don't have kids yet. So you're right. It is things are going down and they're out of cash, but Mary's like the real hero here. She gives out their $2,000 in cash for the honeymoon to the clients and everyone's like celebrating. He just gave out his own money for the loans.
She gave out his own money.
Yeah, she volunteered it, which is because Mary's ride or die.
The real MVP.
She's the real one.
And
she was the whole time.
Mary comes through again when he comes home from work with a giant dinner set up for them and doesn't even care about the money or the honeymoon or anything. And she even had some singers in the rain for them.
Those were like tramps. Those were like some ruffians.
They were just some men outside their fucking house just singing.
Yeah, I don't. They were like putting up posters that were like only put up ones in Germany and Italy, like places that big man wants to go. I keep forgetting his name is George, but I thought it was supposed to be, like maybe just random community members because he had just helped them out and they missed their honeymoon because of the fuckers that stormed the loan office. And I thought that maybe they were like, well, we should pay him back and sing a duet outside their window.
Sing a tasty little tenor
baritone in this crack
song.
house.
And advertise to them.
And at this crack house, they moved into that old abandoned house that they threw the rocks at. Redid it all.
That was her wish.
Mary put in the work too on that. She's just working like crazy on things.
She loves that house.
She loves him because they're giving everything. And this is where we stopped for the night last night, like right around here.
Oh yeah, Brandon was getting sleepy.
I was getting sleepy. And now you get you see there's a neighborhood called Bailey Park, and it's booming with small homes that are owned and are not having to pay rent to Mr. Potter because they all own it. And George even bought a home for the whole Martini family. And you get a meeting between George and Mr. Potter where he's trying to convince George to work for him and manage his affairs so that he can have the loan and building company as well as just own everything in the town, have that monopoly. And he's hiring him to work for him for $20,000 a year on a 3-year deal.
Crazy deal, I guess.
Well, apparently a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
What's the inflation? Like $7 billion today?
A year, probably.
Yeah.
$7 billion. I'm going to look it up right now. Oh, no, that's the hurdle. I haven't played the hurdle yet.
I've never played the hurdle.
1946 inflation calculator. Excellent.
Can't believe we haven't done this sooner.
What?
We talked about this so many times watching the movie, and neither of us Googled this shit.
$1
budget already.
$1 in 1946 is $15.27 today.
So times 15, basically.
Times 15.27. That's $305,400 a year. Okay, I understand why he was losing his shit now. Seth the whole time was like, I'd do something for $242.
Yeah.
I was like, what about $1,000? He's like, well, I would do it for $242. So
I would settle.
So he's getting this big job offer, but George angrily turns down the offer after his hand got sticky or something. He's like smoking a cigar, and then he looks down at his hand. Like, oh, well, he shook Mr. Potter's hand.
Harry Potter's hand, and his thought.
Not Harry Potter.
He's like so greasy of a businessman. He's literally got grease on his hands. This is kind of the metaphor he's going for. He's that scummy. He doesn't even like wash his hands. He's like, what am I doing here?
I'm thought
George
it was like
Bailey.
A bunch of lotion.
I'm George motherfucking Bailey.
George like just over moisturized.
Yeah.
He's just stinky.
I'm George motherfucking Hipplocus. What about it?
Hell yeah, I love Hipplocus.
This isn't your movie, man. Get out of here.
The Hipplocus really dominate. But so he turns down this, and now you get a war montage where Mary works for the Red Cross. She's like sewing things. She had 4 kids. Everyone's in the war. Sam Wainwright's making a fortune doing plastic hoods for planes or whatever. Mr. Potter's gained more equity, and George is just stuck doing all the shit work in town with tires and houses and all that stuff. But his little brother Harry is the war hero.
Medal of Honor recipient.
He's a Navy pilot that took down 15 other pilots and saved like a whole ship. That's fucking crazy. He's a amazing pilot. 15?
Well, the thing
15?
is, too, is kind of the implication of this whole movie, which I really like the way they did this, is that this could have been George. Like, this should have been George for a lot of these life events that Harry and other people are out. Sam gets to live, but he has to sort of take the sacrifice of keeping the town alive, keeping the town with some semblance of morality. So he lets all these other people go out and live their dreams.
Get the glory. And so it's Christmas Eve and the bank examiner is here, but they're broke without Uncle Billy's deposit. And Uncle Billy just fucking accidentally gave $8,000 in cash to Mr. Potter, wrapped up in some newspaper when they were talking about the war at the bank. And without this money, they're going to go bankrupt, they're going to lose the business and go to prison. And so they were scrambling everywhere to find it. They can't. And George comes home to his family on Christmas Eve. And he's... That's amazing. Well, he comes home and you can tell like he's already fed up with everything. The Hark the Herald Angels sing, piano's going on. Kids are asking him how to spell things. His youngest son just keeps tugging at his shirt saying, "Excuse me," because I burped.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I must have missed. Did we miss the big? Like, this is the introduction of the central conflict of the movie, right? That Billy loses the $8,000.
I said that.
Oh, I must have been typing then.
Well,
Yeah.
he's they lost the $8,000. He's gonna go bankrupt, go to prison, all that shit.
Harry Potter took it.
No, not Harry Potter.
He gave it to Harry Potter. He didn't take it.
No, it fell out of his pocket. On it, yeah.
I think he was like looking at something in a newspaper and he accidentally just
put it into
in
the
there.
newspaper and gave it back
and then
to him.
Harry Potter was like, "Oh, look at me!
It's not Harry
$8,000."
And he didn't even want the money. He's just doing it to fuck over everybody else, to fuck over the Baileys.
Super cringe of him.
Of Harry Potter.
Cringe Harry Potter. I hardly know her.
Well, I put that he's crying his eyes out at home. He's having a rough time. And I put his little son just keeps putting tinsels on his head as he's just crying. He's like, "Here you go." And it's like, you got the fucking piano keeps going. And George gets on the phone because his youngest daughter, Zuzu's sick. She was sent home from school, but without a coat or anything. She's extra sick. And the teacher's on the phone. He unleashes at her, unleashes on her husband.
Oh, yeah. He goes goblin mode, as Stephen King would say.
He does often.
Then he flips out as his own family.
Did you see that tweet, Brandon?
What?
About Stephen King?
No.
Stephen King on Twitter was like, "Hey, I just found out this word goblin mode. I'm going to start saying it a lot more."
If he puts goblin mode in one of his books, I swear to God.
I'm ready. I'm excited.
The movie Goblin Mode.
Oh, it's not like he doesn't use it like as a term in the movie. It's just his book titled
It's
Goblin
about
Mode.
goblins.
Yeah.
About going Goblin Mode.
Yeah. Well, he flips
Like
out on his
Project
own
X.
family, storms out
Ooh,
to Harry Potter for help with the money.
Project X.
Bad movie.
The one where it's about the house party
It was
with the
very
kids?
bad, but it was like better than I thought it would be given the premise of it. You know what I mean?
It has a weird amount of cultural. What's the word I'm looking for? Attaché.
That's not the word.
I'm
I was
sure
thinking
that's the
you
word
were
you're
gonna
looking for.
say.
Yeah, I
Jesus
guarantee.
Christ.
What the fuck is that word?
It's cultural. That's a word? Attaché.
Tell me
Attaché.
what
It probably is.
What does it mean?
I don't even know how to spell that shit.
Person on the staff of an ambassador. Nope. No, I was thinking.
What the hell?
Cachet. That's what I'm thinking of.
Wait,
An
how do you
attaché,
spell attaché?
Attache.
You said that so fast.
What do you mean by cachet in this sense?
So weirdly, Project X, bless you, has a weird amount of like cultural relevance, and like people still talk about it and reference it, even though it was kind of like a goofy teen movie 15 years ago.
I haven't heard reference to it since like maybe 45 seconds ago.
And I haven't heard attaché until 45 seconds ago.
Cachet. I can't believe I mixed those up.
Damn.
Well, he goes to
It has
Harry
a certain
Potter.
Je ne sais quoi.
Has a certain
Yes.
attaché.
My favorite shit to say. Do you know what that means literally?
No.
It means I don't know what in French.
This is a certain I don't know what.
Yeah, every time you say je ne sais quoi, it means it has.
Yeah, because he's like certain. I don't know.
Yeah,
We've co-opted it.
it's like a weird
A
pompous
je ne
way
sais
to,
quoi,
yeah.
yeah, it's a very pretentious. It's got a je ne sais quoi.
When you can't describe something, it's so unique. It's got a je ne sais quoi. I don't fucking know. That's what you're saying.
That's great.
awesome. Well, George grunts to Harry Potter for help with money, and Mr. Potter is a stockholder in Building and Loan and decides he won't give him out any money, but instead turn him into the police and get a warrant on him. And
So win-win
for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so out of ideas, he goes to Martini's, the bar.
Sauced up.
I put that he was acting his ass off in this bar, praying and crying and everything to God. And
Mhm.
in this bar is Mr. Welch, the teacher's wife,
This
who
was
just
funny.
punches the shit out of him.
Yeah, because it was right after his prayer. He's like, God, please help me.
It was her husband.
Mhm.
Not his wife, yeah. Her
God,
husband.
please help me. And then the next thing, he just gets decked in the face.
Yeah.
And
Down bad.
Poetic justice.
well, drunken George crashes his car, stumbles through the snowy streets all the way to a bridge where he's about to jump in the water and kill himself when another man right behind him jumps into the water. So George jumps in to save him.
And this seems awesome because he's smiling at him.
Clarence?
He's grinning ear to ear and he's like, you're going to jump. And then he jumps
He's
in.
standing there. Well, Clarence's parents have a very good marriage.
It's not saying that.
And he didn't have his wings, so he sunk.
He jumps in. George jumps in to save him, thus saving himself from committing suicide. This person is Clarence, his guardian angel.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I think I remember what Billy had on his fingers.
What did Billy have on his fingers?
He had the strings tied around him.
Oh, that's
Because
right.
he's supposed to call the bank. And you didn't know what the strings were.
Yeah, that was like an old-timey thing you said where it was like a reminder.
Yeah, it's a reminder for a thing that you don't want to forget. And you guys ever listen to the Bob and Tom show when you were growing up? My dad listened to it a lot, and they would make little jokey songs. And there was a jokey song called My Memories of You. And it was like the whole song was he's like reminiscing about this girl, but he couldn't remember any of it. So the lyrics were like something grocery list, something, something, something too.
And I gotta.
These are my memories
Grocery
of you.
bag.
And he talked about tying a string around his finger, and he's like, what the fuck is this?
That is very weird.
And that's where I learned that.
That's like an Abe Simpson type of deal, where if we used to tie an onion around my belt. Everyone did it at the time.
It was in chic.
It was an attaché.
Abe Simpson probably wouldn't say chic.
He probably would.
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway, sorry, where were we?
Clarence is his guardian angel.
Kills himself.
Tries to kill himself to save George. That saves him. And he's Clarence, the guardian angel AS2.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. He's a angel second class.
But I got into this with Seth because AS2, the 2 should mean second, but S is the second, angel second class. Where's the C? So if he's a third class, would he be AS3? Because that would be angel second third. The acronym doesn't work out.
That's one for the big man.
Good plot hole.
But dissecting this movie, it's dropped 6 points because of that.
What were you gonna say?
I told myself that if there's a plot hole like this,
you drop 6 points
with what are they called? Acronym. Drop 6 points.
I think I was gonna say this is I think where our films really diverged, because I might know he was a little rushed here at the end going here, and I assume now is where you guys get he lives his life without him, like he gets to see what happens if he wasn't there, which I did not get.
So tell me what happens in yours.
Yeah.
So I said a little rushed here at the end. They have like a talk in this like weird fireplace room where he said, "Yeah, I'm your guardian angel," and then he just is running back to his house because I was like, did the angel loan him money? He's like really happy to be running back to the house.
Is when he's screaming "Merry Christmas" to all the stores and whatnot.
Yeah, that's what happens.
You missed everything.
You missed literally everything.
You missed the whole point of the movie. Okay.
I guess
I don't think he did, but yeah.
He gets to listen to the podcast live now.
Well, George hates his old angel with no wings. He decides to escape his troubles. He wishes he was never born, and Clarence grants this wish. And the first thing he realizes is the town is now called Pottersville. It's not, but
Bedford Falls.
yeah, that's what it was.
Bitch.
And next he goes to Martini's. He's gonna go and talk to Nick Martini about everything and be like, "Hey, I know this is weird, but like,
It's not Nick Martini.
no, but he calls the bartender Nick.
Yeah.
What is his
Nikolai
name?
Martini.
Giovanni.
Giuseppe.
Well, he
Jacob.
goes up. He goes up to him and he's like, "Hey, Nick, this is me. You know, help me out. How many things are real right now? These are going weird." And he's a very mean bartender. Doesn't recognize him at all. Then he goes. Then into the bar pops Mr. Gower, who's a homeless murderer now
What?
because George was never there to stop the poison in the pills.
So he poisoned a kid, went to jail
Homeless
for 20
murderer.
years.
Yeah, he's a homeless
said
man because
that
he doesn't
probably
have a
poor
job.
way, but he technically is a homeless murderer.
He's a homeless man because he doesn't have a job, and he murdered somebody. So
Well, he's unemployed if he doesn't have a job. He's homeless if he doesn't have a home.
And
Well,
I guess
he's
there's no
probably-
one at the building loan and services, whatever. Buildings and loans.
there
In this
was-
world without him.
No, they
There
went out
was-
of business, and his Uncle Billy went insane because of it, and he's now in an asylum
Mm-hmm.
with a straitjacket, probably.
Let's see what else.
Brian
went
would probably be
insane.
right.
He
Out of
walks
bankruptcy.
through the streets of Pottersville too. This place is Vegas.
This place is Vegas.
Like it is a poppin' town. Like every freaking corner is
yeah,
a titty bar,
the Midnight Club, the
just a dance
Indian
club, a bar. Like this place is pop. They got casinos everywhere.
One of them was just like girls.
It was just called Girls, Girls, Girls.
girls dancing.
Did you say the Midnight Club already?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. They got all of that. And then he goes to Ernie, the cab driver. He's like, "Hey, take me home. 307, whatever, his street, Sycamore Drive." And he's like,
320.
320. He's like, that doesn't exist. But he drives him out there anyway. And it's just his abandoned old home. It's just there's nothing there.
It's the old crack house.
Yeah, it's
It's-
the abandoned mansion.
Also, Ernie lost his wife. His wife walked out on him, cheated on him. Now he lives in a dirty shack or something. He
Who's
said.
Ernie?
Yeah,
The cab driver.
Ernie, the cab driver
Oh.
that was supposed to take him away on their honeymoon.
Gotcha. He
Those-
played a much smaller part in this one. He had one scene, I think. Ernie.
He didn't have a
like,
huge role in ours, but
No, but he was like the secret best friend the whole time.
Yeah.
which is weird.
And yeah, he takes him to the address. It's an abandoned building. No one's there. His mom doesn't remember him. Uncle Billy's in the insane asylum.
Mhm.
And his brother is dead too at 9 years old,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
only lived for 8 years.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Seth and I got into some math earlier because he goes to the cemetery, sees his brother's grave, wipes it off. He was like, he died when he was 9 years old. The date was 1911 to 1919.
Like he could only be 8. It was like when I got confused about the time zones, whatever episode that was, and Brandon got confused with how birthdays work.
I was like
11.
11, 12, 13, 14. I was like, that's 9. You're
Yeah.
like, but you don't count 11
Yeah,
because
he was
it's
counting
11
the year
to
he was
12.
born as 1.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So he didn't die when he was 9. He died when he
Morons.
was 8. All that stuff. Math is weird. And
Acronyms are weird.
Mary,
Is hot as
We-
hell in
we-
this other
we were like,
universe.
oh,
I'm
she's
glad
prob-
he never
we were
existed.
like, Mary's got to be with Stan Wainwright, right?
No, she's a sexy librarian.
No, she's what they said was an old beat up like maid.
Just said maid, man. You threw in that beat
they,
up part.
They said an old.
Nobody said that.
They said an old maid,
They did say old maid.
which made me think like, and she didn't have like a home or anything, which made me think she's just.
I think
an
that's
old
like a
beat-up maid.
term.
It's
Not
just
the
because she's
thing that
not
beat up.
married. No.
Yeah, that's right.
That's all that it is. It's a shame to be not married.
She's not a
unwed
real
at, like-
maid.
No.
Yeah.
She's hot as hell.
She was so hot with her hat and glasses.
She
and,
was
like,
not
She painted
old-
on freckles or something.
She was not old or
Awesome.
beat up or a maid. She was
She
just
was
hot.
not beat up. I don't know why you said that. She was old and she was a maid. She was
Who
not
jumped
beat
her?
up.
Who jumped
No,
this
she's-
maid?
No, she's like rusty, like an old beat up car, a lemon
Oh,
of a car.
nice.
She's like
Yeah.
used up. Yeah. She's overworked.
The transmission's worn out.
Hmm.
We need to get some new tires on this maid.
Shoes.
Well, all that's going on, and I put she still looks banging. George chases her down the street and is just screaming at her, so she screams to get away, and he's now being chased by cops who just open fire in the middle of the street on him. They don't even like aim. They're just like, ga 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 ga.
Yeah.
Huh.
Just open fire, and he makes his way back to the bridge. And when he's there, he realizes he needs his old life back. He wishes to God to live again. And just as he does, it starts snowing. And Bert, the police officer, comes to see if he's okay. And Bert remembers George, and George starts to celebrate and runs around screaming Merry Christmas to everyone. And now Lukas is back in. Because he comes back home. He's so appreciative of even the cop there with the warrant for his arrest. He's so appreciative of the examiner who he owes $8,000 to. Like,
yeah,
all
yelling
these
Merry
bad things.
Christmas at inanimate objects.
Yeah, he's just screaming Merry Christmas at a store.
Happy birthday, building.
Good job, Emporium.
Keep it up.
And so he runs in.
Thinking about Mr. Megorium. That's a shit ass name.
Mr. Megorium.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
Romanian or something.
Now I feel racist.
Well, he comes in, he hugs his kids, hugs Mary, who comes in saying, George has no idea. He's like, you have no idea. She's like, you have no idea what happened. It's a miracle. And in comes Uncle Billy carrying a basket full of money from all the people in the
Like
town.
I said, my wheelbarrow idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Here comes Uncle Billy.
Carrying a
Carrying
basket
Potter's severed head.
carrying Nicole Kidman pinkies.
It's a miracle. Uncle Billy snapped. We got to dodge. Get out of Dodge. We're going to get out of town.
Well, everyone in the town is contributing to give back to George for all his generosity. They've given him up to $8,000 for just his graciousness
Yeah,
to the
I
people
have
of
a
the town.
couple notes here. Even his servant chips in too, which is like
Annie? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to, Annie. Come on.
Yeah.
You got to be getting paid like 25 cents a week. You don't have to chip in.
She
has a
shouldn't have
funny
chipped
line,
in.
but yeah.
She did have a funny line. I'm
Did
sure
you guys have the
somebody's got
quote?
I've got a quote, yeah.
It. Is it
Okay.
that one?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That was really good.
And then, even
Violet gave
like
money back.
yeah, she didn't leave. Yeah, there's a whole subplot there that we didn't talk about with Violet.
Where she kissed him, yeah.
Yeah, and there's like a rumor going around that he's fucking her.
Yeah.
Even
There
I thought it
was?
was funny.
Yeah.
Even
Everybody
the
watched when she came out of the room and he had the lipstick on her cheek.
Yeah.
She wiped it off.
and
for him,
Mrs.
and
Potter
everyone's
brought
like,
that
"Oh."
up again too.
Yeah.
It's like word gets around, and then I thought it was funny though. The bank examiner, the guy like they needs to check off the money and everything. He's like, fuck, I'll throw in $5 too and throw some money in.
I thought that was
And they
the
started
warrant
singing
guy.
Christmas carols.
The warrant guy came up and just ripped up the warrant and threw it into the pile
No,
of
yeah,
money
right before
too.
there was like
He
a
did
bunch
right
of people.
after the bank exam.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Everybody, all the people that are like living in the community at Bailey Field or whatever, they all gave money, and the bank examiner comes over and he's like, "Yeah, here's $5. I'm gonna take
Why
it back
not?
later, so it's fine." And the other guy came up and he ripped it in half. I thought
Now
it was,
you owe $7,909.
And then
You're
his-
welcome.
then his brother comes too, which even makes it a pretty grand ending, I think. And it all come back together.
Sam even wired him money all the way from London, which is like $25,000.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Which is, now that we've done the
Attaboy.
inflation, is $400K.
I'm also kind of still confused about why he didn't get in on the ground floor of that whole plastic business that Hee Haw Man was creating.
I think purely because he wanted to stay, he had the obligation to stay at the buildings and loans.
But he still could have invested in it. He gave him
He
that
could have,
option.
and he didn't. Yeah.
He was
Maybe
so
he
mad.
needed that. Well, because the guy said he was like, you got to take every money out of your guys' savings to invest in this, and he's like, I got to put that in my people, because I just give money away on occasion.
Bad investment.
Bad investment.
He should have,
Investing in
yeah.
the people. Invest
But he
in
did-
plastic.
Didn't he
I'd rather
convince him
invest in
to
plastic than people.
Build a factory in the town too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could have been in town still.
Or he could have just accepted the job and traveled the world to London like Sam did, and also made
Well, then
buckets of money.
And his people would have been slummed out.
He wouldn't have even known about his people. He would
That's
have
the
had
whole point of the movie.
Yeah,
Fly
I think
community.
you're missing this.
He would have
now,
had a
man.
fly honey Mary on his side, money in his bank account, and living
'Cause
in
this-
London, traveling the world.
This guy's
mean,
not
this-
me. He's not trying to get away from like everything.
Is there?
This is just a guy. He cares about his community.
Yeah, that is the big, right? The whole reveal is that his life is well lived. That's like a big letter Clarence gives him at the end, because he's like the bright spot in his community.
He did travel the world because Mary is his
Yeah.
world, and he traveled spiritually.
And everybody.
He traveled
yeah.
all over her body.
His people.
It's the
It's the
people's we.
You fuckers.
Well, everyone starts singing Old Lang Syne together. Yeah, Harry shows up to celebrate with everyone. He gets that book as a gift with a note from Clarence. And as he's like closing the book, he bumps the tree and a bell rings on the tree. And fucking Zuzu says her famous line.
Yeah. Every time a bell rings,
Angel gets its wings.
Yeah.
And that is the end of It's a
Good
Wonderful
ending.
Life. Good
Good
ending.
ending.
good
He didn't.
ending. We
His
should've unlocked
dreams.
the bad ending.
Is like my final take on it is like his dreams were not as valuable as the lives he helped live in his town. His own personal, I want to travel the world and build things, ended up being way less valuable than the community he helped save and build. That's honorable.
Good lesson.
Good morals.
Good morals.
And the FBI said no way.
Good FBI.
Boo, FBI.
Boo.
Boo. You wouldn't put a bag over my head and arrest me and take me to some secret underground bunker, would you? Boo.
Bunker. I hardly know her. All right. Of course.
You can actually take Brandon, guys, if you're listening for that
Oh,
joke.
God, if you're really out there and if you're actually just the FBI, please take Brandon.
He said he wanted to bunk a girl.
Even though he hardly knew her.
This man's is uncaged. He wants to bunker and he doesn't even know her.
We never think about the logistics. Lucas.
I got a warrant out for this guy's arrest. No, not yet. We gotta find a moment when we're not laughing.
That's true. But I want to get back to this bunker conversation. I thought we were gonna pause the recording for the 2-hour thing.
Oh, we probably.
Oh, we do
should.
got to do that. Yeah, let's do that right now. Good idea.
So now when we're gonna come back, we're just gonna get.
So which part are you gonna edit there?
Is
that pause just gonna be
five
like
is
organic?
The
We're all
five.
pausing?
No, the 5 is the 5 seconds. I'll put something in there, and then we'll come back from it. Oh, I thought we were supposed to pause for it. Oh yeah, we should do that, and then it's just gonna continue. It's gonna be seamless.
Should put another like
Well,
disclaimer in there.
if God takes me, then you actually have to edit that
That's fair.
Where's he taking you?
on your laptop,
Underground bunker.
on your own laptop.
Okay.
Okay.
Just email it to me.
You have to download
I have
Audacity.
Audacity.
Perfect.
I've tried to make stuff before.
I had to make a podcast for my final. I sent it to you guys. I think it
You sent
sounded
me
goofy.
You sent a clip of it to me. I think it was just like the intro of it or something.
Yeah, you don't need to hear 30 minutes of poetry analysis.
I wouldn't
Maybe
mind.
you
I do
do.
like poetry. I'm a big fan.
It's very Irish, just like the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, they have beautiful stuff.
I want to go see Avatar this week, though.
I was telling Seth last night that Avatar is expected to break $400 million this opening weekend.
He told me
Yeah.
500 million.
Well, then I researched it, and it was at least 400, but it might
No.
hit 5. It's underperforming.
My head chef asked me if I wanted to go watch the premiere with him and just be racist in the back of the theater. They just
You just
shout
saying the N-word
racist.
in the back seat. That's it. You just only say the N-word over and over.
I didn't know what he meant.
Probably towards the blue people, maybe. I saw a great tweet that was like, I saw an Avatar. He was in my garbage. I hit him with a rake.
I've been showing Brandon. Have you seen the Please Don't Destroy comedy guys, Lucas?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
They're on SNL now, but they used to just be like a little
yeah.
group on YouTube,
Hmm.
like Lonely Island style, minus the music part in it. Just kind of weird, almost surrealist kind of comedy. But there's one sketch they do about like they see a guy dressed as a Na'vi in their neighborhood, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's real!" So they go home and they're telling their friend about it, like, "We gotta go get him. We gotta kidnap him and capture him," and like asking questions. It's like, guys, I guarantee you that was just a guy dressed as a Na'vi. And they're like, "This guy's a fucking idiot. We gotta get out of here." So they break into this guy's house. He's asleep in bed. And they're like stealing all his shit, like, let's take all this Na'vi shit. And then they're like, wait a second. Hold on. we can't oppress this guy just because he's a Na'vi. That's like the whole point of the movie is the racial undertone. It's like they still don't realize he's just a dude. Then they're all walking out and it's playing this like sad like realization music. And the guy looks back one final time at the Na'vi and just shoots him in the head, and then they all leave. Like he's like smiling. He's like, "We did the right thing here."
Can't be
And they just
racist
walk
towards him
out.
if he's dead.
That's great.
It's so stupid.
That's funny. I'd like to. Yeah, I'll check that out. All right, I'm ready, boys.
Yeah, let's do it. Sorry about that weird story.
No, that was funny. I needed it all the time to save.
Oh,
All right.
good.
1, 2, 3, play. So they shoot him in the head?
Yeah, they shot him in the head and then they just walk out.
That's crazy.
But it's like it's the kind of like you smiling and nodding, like yeah,
damn, they
things are
killed.
gonna be okay.
They killed
I
an
saved people
avatar.
today.
All right.
Yeah, we did the right thing.
It's quotes, ratings, and review time. How many quotes do we have? I've got 15.
Oh, I didn't think you were gonna ask that question. Hold on.
You say that every time. I got
Wasn't
15 of
expecting
them.
that. Sorry, I'm fumbling the perfect game going, and the wheels are coming off at the end here.
You have 7 quotes.
Oh, I had 8.
All right. I have your guys' combined. So Lucas do half, Seth do half, and then I'll do, the normal shit. 4, 4, and 8.
Okay, me first.
You first.
Me? He's trying to tickle me again.
Okay, here I go. My first quote I have here is from little baby George when he was a kid. He goes, "I wish I had $1 million," and then he flicks some switch on a thing. He goes, "Hot dog."
What?
Yeah, it's the part you were confused at yesterday,
Oh.
last night.
Oh, yeah, where he flicked. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The lighter, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
One of my notes here is "hee haw" from Sam.
That was one of mine. Aw. I had to put it down.
Hated that guy so much.
One of my quotes is also from George when he's trying to woo Mary on one of their walks. He goes, "A pox upon me for a clumsy lout. You're a caboose, m'lady."
I remember that.
Can you say that again?
"A pox
Slower?
upon me for a clumsy lout. You're a caboose, m'lady."
That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it does.
And
a
then
pox is like a curse.
the last one I have for now is, "I feel so good I could spit in Potter's eye." This is a quote from Uncle
Nice. Fuck you, Harry Potter. Fuck you, Dan.
Brandon, what was the part in the movie where you were like, this guy talks like you? What did he say? Do you have it written down?
No, I don't. Probably said cringe or something.
You didn't say cringe in 1946.
All right. Half yours, Seth.
All right. I hope my phone doesn't die.
How's your phone almost already dead?
The economy or something.
No, not the economy.
The economy. My first one, I don't have context for any of these, so good luck. Is he sick? Somebody else says no worse. He's discouraged. I think it's
that's
the
what it was.
galaxies
I
talking to
accidentally
each other.
put he's despaired, but discouraged
Oh.
was correct. Yeah, that is it. It was the
Okay.
galaxy.
This is when he's going to work the ice cream / druggist shop. Comes in and Sam says, "Hee haw, go to work, slave."
It's so fucking stupid.
Yep.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. He was doing it as a kid too. It was the worst.
It's bad. Like the hats. This one is Harry, I think, before he's gonna go to college or something. But he says, "If I didn't get away, I'd bust."
And you laughed because it was a cum joke.
Yeah, Brad made me write it down because I laughed too hard at it, which is my fault for being dumb, I guess.
For being stupid.
This is from Ernie, I think. "If any of you two see a stranger around here, it's just me, the cab guy."
Okay. Let's see what I got.
Because they were making out in the back. He was like, "Don't mind me."
I've got one when Violet walks by when she's older and she's finally like super hot and like everybody's swooning over her on the street. And where did it go? A guy goes, "Hey," Ernie goes, "Would you like a ride, sir?" And he's like, "No, I gotta go home and see what my wife is doing." And Ernie just goes, "What a family man."
That was like a sex joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brandon said right after that, he's going to go jerk off so hard.
I've got one, "Mother of mine, I can see right through you to your back collarbone button."
That was a weird one.
That was him talking to Mary about.
No, that was him talking to his mom.
Oh, that was him talking to his mom.
Yeah,
About Mary.
about Mary.
Okay.
That's why you said mother.
Hee haw. Oh yeah, that's right. Hee haw. Let's see.
How many hee-haws did you write down?
Just one.
Okay.
There's a lot of these around the disrobing scene. One of these is a very famous one. What is it you want, Mary? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll lasso around it and I'll pull it down. That's a pretty good idea. I'll give you the moon, Mary. And she goes, I'll take it. Then what? And he goes, well, then you can swallow it and it'll dissolve and see. And the moonbeams would shoot out of your fingers and your toes and the ends of your hair. Am I talking too much?
Sorry, I didn't. What? Who said that?
Yeah, that was a great line, I thought.
George said that, but you were looking at me when he was talking about should I throw the lasso around the moon, and you were like,
"Oh,
are you writing that down?" And then you were talking about Jim Carrey and Bruce
right.
Almighty.
That's
so you just missed the moonbeam part.
Yeah. Okay.
And then another one on that area when she's naked in the bush, she goes, now this is a very interesting situation. She's like, please give me your robe. And he's like, a man doesn't get in a situation like this every day.
Just actively ignoring her pleads.
And here's my last one for now. This is Little Mary when he's working at the shop doing the ice cream. She whispers into his ear, into his bad ear, goes,
his dumb ear.
Is this the ear you can't hear on?
And he doesn't respond.
He doesn't, but then she also says, I'll love you forever and ever.
Until the day I die or something, which is weird for an 8-year-old.
Is this the ear you can't hear on? It's hilarious, whispering into the ear he can't hear on.
Yeah. That's also not how sound works, though. Like, he definitely could have heard it in his other ear because she was so close to his head.
The echo.
No.
Yeah. Echo.
Lucas, your last?
I think I have 4 because I forgot to put quotes around this one. It's kind of funny. He was just speaking French at some point. He's like, bonjour, and the closed captioning said speaking foreign language. It's clearly French.
He said je ne sais quoi.
It's clearly French.
He did.
You could just put bonjour as the subtitle. Everyone knows what that means.
Yeah.
Well, this is from a guy who was like warning Potter about Bailey's prevalence in the town. He says, as he's walking out, he goes, but one of these days, this bright young man is going to ask Bailey for a job. And he was like, you're like 65 years old, guy. You're not a bright young man.
You got to do it now.
I think I have 2 more. This is, I thought, the weirdest and funniest example of like old timey talk. When Mary finds out she's pregnant and tells it to George, he goes, Mary, you on the nest? And she goes, George Bailey, lasso's stork. And he goes, lasso's a stork? And I was like, why can't we have good dialogue like this nowadays in movies?
Mary, are you on the nest? George Bailey lassos a stork.
Like it was a newspaper headline. She said it like that.
Yeah.
It's like George Bailey lassos stork.
It was supposed to be like lassos the moon because he was just looking at that picture. But still, lassos a stork and on the net.
Brandon laughed so hard when he said, "Are you on the nest?"
I was so hard.
Brandon was.
He like still doesn't know how babies work.
I did what? Yeah, that was. Need more old-timey lingo.
Totally. And my last one here is his kid asks George Bailey. He goes, "How do you spell hallelujah?" And he's freaking out. He goes, "How should I know? I'm not a dictionary."
Yeah, that's good.
That's it for me.
Seth.
All right.
Hopefully your phone doesn't die.
Let's see what asinine shit I've written down. It's against the law to commit suicide around here, which it did used to be illegal.
What were you gonna do about it?
It's punishable by death if you failed.
Bad.
Yeah.
Bad punishment. You're
Gotcha,
giving them what they
suckers.
wanted.
Now I get to die, and God will forgive me because you did it. Oh, this is. He's looking at Clarence because Clarence is finally in the corporeal realm,
and his parents have a very good marriage.
And his parents have a great marriage, I've heard. Says, "Well, you look like the sort of angel I'd get." Shitting on his looks.
Yeah, that's funny.
I don't know if I like being seen with an angel with no wings, which is like a sentence or two later. He was just trashing him. I kept writing this shit down. And this is my last quote. He's running around yelling Merry Christmas to everybody. He comes to Mr. Harry Potter's window, says, "Merry Christmas, Mr. Potter." And Mr. Potter goes, "Yeah, Happy New Year to you, George." In jail. Like
movie villain laugh.
Yeah. Comedically. The timing was perfect.
That's so stupid.
So funny.
Okay. Finishing off one of them is, you don't happen to have $8,000 with you, do you? This is George talking to Clarence, and he goes, "No, we don't have use for that in heaven." And George just goes, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that."
Yeah, he's like,
Good
doesn't forgive
message.
it.
Clarence in the book, this isn't said, but it's the note. Remember, George, no man is a failure who has friends. I think that's a pretty good message.
Who said that?
Nobody did. It was a message just in the book from Clarence at the very end.
Bad message.
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. That's for you, Mom. Here's the quote from Annie as she runs up and they're all dropping money, and she goes, "I've been saving this money for a divorce if I ever got a husband."
Yeah, that's a good sass line.
Yeah.
Riotous laughter.
I've got one from Seth.
That's like the original future ex-wife joke.
Yeah.
So you didn't get to notice this, but when he is with Clarence, like looking at things when he doesn't realize that nobody notices he's there, he goes to his old home and he's wrestling with the cab driver and the cop, and their names are Bert and Ernie, and Seth, in all caps, Michael just, "Bert and Ernie!"
That's probably where they got it from.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, I was trying to think of, I don't know when Sesame Street came out, but
2011?
No.
I think it was at least like 03.
I think it went back to like the 80s, honestly. Yeah.
No, yeah, because they had a 9/11 episode.
Yeah, they did.
Yes.
This is one.
1969.
Oh, fuck.
Let's go.
It was just scaling. This is one. Mary goes, "George, why do you have to torture your children? Why don't you," and me and Seth both together, because she paused, just go, "Kill yourself."
We were waiting the whole movie. Can't wait for the part where he kills himself.
This is a quote from me. It's, "Well, smell my breath and call me a bitch."
What? Oh yeah, that's right.
Because somebody comes up to him and sniffs
It's when he crashes the car into the tree towards the end, and the guy's like, "Oh no, it's after that. It's when he's unborn, and he goes back to the tree, and he's like, hey, where'd my car go? Where's the dent in the tree there?" And he comes up to him, and he's like, "You must be thinking of a different tree." And he like gets up real close to him, and he
smells his breath.
That's
Smell my tree, smell my breath, and call me a bitch.
Smell like a bitch.
And then my last one is a quote from Lukas during this podcast itself. "Hello, Zorp Torb. May I get a Marvel shake?" I felt like that had to be said again.
Good quote.
I think that's Guardians of the Galaxy too.
It might be.
Okay. It is ratings time.
Oh shit.
Hero time. I got everything for you today. So first off, tomometer. This is critics percentage. Seth?
Tomometer?
Yep, tomometer.
Critics percentage?
Yep.
89.
Okay. Lucas?
94.
One of you guys is so close.
You can't fool me. I'm not getting my hopes up.
It's a
won't be fooled
93.
again.
Lucas is a winner.
I couldn't be fooled. I was let down the proper amount and not the exorbitant amount that comes with high hopes.
Next up,
Idiot.
audience score. Rotten Tomatoes
shit.
percentage. Lucas.
95.
89.
One of you-
98. 89.
One of you
88.
guys is right. One of you guys is right. Which one are you going with?
It's not me. It's 95.
It's a 95.
Damn it.
No, you got it right.
I switched to 88.
Wait, you did?
You did not.
I did.
95.
So I guess.
Fuck.
I got it right.
So Lucas was right, but Seth won. So.
Because I got it right. Because I guessed 95 just now.
I've been hoodwinked.
I've been regular winged.
IMDb Metascore. This is critics out of 100. Seth?
8.6.
So 86?
No.
I'll go
89.
89?
Yeah.
8.
One of you guys is right again.
Fuck.
Who is it?
I hate this game.
I'm going to stay with my answer, Jeff.
95.
It's an 89.
Oh my god. I felt something about that the other day.
He did it. And last but not least, audience score out of 10. Lucas.
The people are going to give this 88.
8.8. Okay.
I want to say 89 again. 86.
So 8.6.
Whatever floats your boat, man. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Okay, one of you guys is right. Which means we've had 3 right in this one and one that was 1 off. It's an 8.6. It's Seth.
He's pissed.
Fuck.
I think I may have cheated, so I think Lucas wins this one.
Lucas wins.
Oh my goodness! Thank you.
So we had
thank you.
2 correct from Seth, 1 correct from Lucas, and 1 off from Lucas. That's the best we've ever done at that game. So critics
Locked
give it
in.
an 89 and a 93 for a 91 average. Audiences 86 and a 95 for a 90.5 average. Seth, what are you giving it today?
Like a 7.3.
Okay.
Go back to my old rubric.
Reasoning?
I think it's pretty well made. It's like a good message, you know, pretty wholesome. It didn't have a lot to do with Christmas, which I loved. Like I love
It would have been way lower if it were more Christmassy.
Yeah, oh for sure. It would have been like a 4. But it was pretty good. Like I said, the message was fine. I thought the part at the end where they showed him like not existing, that I didn't get the point of it. Like it didn't show anybody being better or worse off necessarily. Like, a couple people were worse off for sure, but they didn't get too much into that. They were just like, wait, I want a wife. Like I want this shit, which is still like good. I just thought it was going to be more about, you know, how great he was and not about like just everybody else that he missed. But maybe that's kind of the point that I missed. So
Sure.
That could be on me.
Lucas?
I think that might have been even like a benefit of mine then, because I don't think I would have liked that sort of Christmas Carol element as much. I thought that Jimmy Stewart is pretty freaking awesome for a 1946 movie.
Sure.
He was like charming, goofy. You know, he's not like a wooden stick like a lot of those actors from back then are. He's like pretty powerhouse, I thought, at a lot of points. Alan Bagg for sure. Put the facts in the bag. I really enjoyed, like Seth said, the message of this movie, the morality of this movie, the heart of this movie. I'm gonna give this an 8.9. I think this is a great example of studio movies in the golden days of Hollywood.
Okay. I came into this movie not liking it originally and kind of afraid of what I was going to give this. Watching it a second time around, I'm the lowest of us, but I'm a 7.1. It's still a good movie, especially for 1946. Like, there's a lot of good qualities about it, and they put a lot of work into it. There are some goofy things about it that might not have been needed, as well as, like, I think, personally, this is just my preference, but the glowing rocks in space could have been done better. That's just me.
I liked them.
So
I thought
I
they were
loved them.
cute. They were handsome young men.
One of my big things about it is that this is 2 hours and 10 minutes, and you don't get him, like, the moral of the story, like him killing himself or like what it would be like without him until an hour 45 in. Like, I wanted that to be, if it's going to be a part of the story, be a bigger part of it. Kind of like you said, like, I want to see the ramifications in people's lives without him and what's going on. So I think there is more to expound on it, and you could fine tune it a little better, but still a great movie with a great message.
What did you give it?
7.1.
Wow. I was higher than you.
Yep. I did say I was the lowest of us.
I zoned out for a sec there.
All right.
I mean, I don't know. I think this is a lot better than a lot of the stuff that's come out in the last 20 years, which is kind of maybe why I like some of the unique shine of it.
As far as Christmas movies go?
As far as
in general?
Yeah. I mean, you don't get extended scenes like this anymore, I don't think. You don't get long set pieces that you have built out in person anymore. I don't know, it felt a lot fresher than a movie that is 80 years old honestly should.
I mean, this is probably objectively maybe the best movie I've seen since probably Mitchell's versus the Machines, which I loved a lot. Way better than all the Christmas ones we've watched up to this point. Last Unicorn, San Andreas.
San Andreas is so bad. We've seen so many bad movies in a row.
So
can't wait for next week.
Reviews. Are we ready for some reviews? Mm-hmm. Wow. 4 critics. First one, Richard Cohen at Salon.
Mm-hmm.
Richard says, the most terrifying Hollywood film ever made.
Maybe from a existential place.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You're like, what?
Still, what?
You missed the part with the vampires.
Oh. But where Morbius was in the movie.
Morbius just was all over it.
Got his
You
grubby
couldn't
little
see him
mitts
because he
on
was
there.
moving so fast.
Right. Could be canon for any movie.
Next
You know
is-
Morbius was in that.
Next is by
He was moving too fast for you to see him. But he was
you can put him
there.
in any movie. Next is probably the
Titanic.
the most old timey name movie critic I've ever heard.
Agnes.
Bosley Crowther
Oh, I know that guy.
at the New York Times.
That's
He
my
says
father.
the weakness of this picture, from this reviewer's point of view, so I guess himself.
Yeah. What
From
Yeah.
this reviewer's point of view,
roundabout way. You never heard that before?
the weakness of this picture from this reviewer's point of view is the sentimentality of it. Its illusionary concept of life. Mr. Capra's nice people are charming. His small town is a quite beguiling place, and his pattern for solving problems is most optimistic and facile. But somehow, they all resemble theatrical attitudes rather than average realities.
Holiday hose.
Nice.
He wished it was more like a Dazed and Confused vibe.
This
That's
guy-
what he was. That's what Bosley Crowthers was thinking the
What's
whole
this guy's
time.
name? Scatman Carruthers.
Yeah.
Bosley Crowers
Scatman.
is a great name.
Next, I've got.
I mean, well, I think that's funny that this might like one of the most sentimental movies of all time. He's like roughing it up. Get some edge around this thing.
Put some elbow
Where's
grease
the
on
danger?
that.
Where's
Yeah.
the
Where's
action?
the drugs? I guess there's
Where's
a little
the
bit,
car
yeah.
chases?
Yeah.
Where's the
This
drugs?
movie would have been so much better with Jason Statham in it, I swear.
They needed to transport more things. And I know just the man.
Next, Manny Farber at the New York or the New Republic. He says, to make his points, Capra always takes an easy, simple-minded path that doesn't give much credit to the intelligence of the audience, and it only has a few unsentimental moments here and there. So I think this one is saying it is super sentimental, but he's pounding it into us so much.
More like crap.
That's what the other guy was saying too. They're both saying, I don't know, that's kind of goofy. I think that's a weakness of this movie, honestly. The sentimentality of it.
Yeah, when that's like what it's trying to be.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
don't know.
knock a movie for doing what it aimed to do.
Yeah.
I don't know, that seems also like maybe a thing of the climate of the time too, where a lot of these were just like kind of big over the top Hollywood epic movies, you know what I mean? Like really positive Hollywood-esque shit, you know what I mean? So
Coming off
they
of
were,
World War II, they need positivity in this era.
but yeah, I mean, people might have been like bored of that at the time too.
Yeah. Some people ain't think to be like it is,
But it do.
but it do. And lastly is Big Rog, Roger Ebert at Chicago Sun-Times.
Whoa.
Rock
The
Rock.
best.
I feel like it's been a while since I've heard from him.
It is. It has been a while.
He has died.
That's right.
He's perished.
Yeah, I guess that's my fault for not seeing him more while he was around.
Yeah, that's right.
I kind of missed my opportunities.
The best and worst things that ever happened to It's a Wonderful Life are that it fell out of copyright protection and into the shadowy no man's land of the public domain. To the general amazement of TV program directors, the audience for the film grew and grew and grew over the years. Until now, many families make the movie an annual ritual. 4 out of 4 stars.
Oof.
Wow.
The perfect one. I think that is a big deal. That's the same thing that happened with Citizen Kane, which was another RKO picture, is that when RKO went under, all these movies became public domain, which is part of why Citizen Kane is so widely known and so widely celebrated, because everyone has seen it. No studio had control over it for a long time, which is part of the deal with this, yeah.
Haven't seen it.
I thought you had seen it.
No,
Oh.
that's one of my blind spots.
It's incredible. You would think it's like a 1960 or 70 movie.
You would
for
think it's like
pre-World War I.
you would think it's like a
Pre-World War II.
1948 film.
No, it's like 40 years ahead of its time.
Nice. And lastly, I've got user reviews. The first one is Returner B. Coggenbing.
What?
Christmas 2005. Are you good?
What was that name?
B. Coggenbing.
Okay.
We've used them a lot. I've always thought that the reason It's a Wonderful Life has had such an enduring popularity is that more than in any other film, it shows what can be the value of a single individual and the contribution to the greater good they can make. And that universal lesson will be taught into eternity as long as It's a Wonderful Life is shown every single year. Wouldn't we all learn it? 10 out of 10.
What's sweet? One of the better messages, I think, a movie
It is a
has
good
had.
message.
And one of the better endings too. Like hits it.
We didn't even see the majority of the ending. Like the full ending.
The reunification ending.
Yeah. Next. Heidi Whitman, 74276. December
I can fly
30th.
twice as high.
Oh, my buddy and I used to think that song was really like, I love the song always, but it was the first time I think I ever heard like a parody song. He was like, "Hey, check this out," and he was like, "Butterfly in my ass," and just put any swear there. And I thought, to that point in my life, it was the funniest thing I'd ever heard.
That is
in my
funny.
life. I was like crying.
No,
in
that's
class.
up there for sure.
That's so funny. It's dumb.
Heidi Whitman, 74276. December 30th, 2020. She says, "I'm sure this is an unpopular view, but this is not a Christian movie. Both Clarence and George Bailey have to earn their wings, really, salvation by doing good works, which is the opposite of the biblical gospel. Plus, Mary is a selfish woman who seduces George to get what she wants. Not watching it again ever. 1 out of 10.
Mm.
God, who was that?
Heidi Whitman, 74276.
Get out of here.
It's not the Christian way.
Is it the Christian way to give a good movie a 1 though?
You're going to hell for that. And yet,
bastard.
she's still in
Did she
Whoopi
like the
heaven.
Kirk Cameron one?
I didn't find her thing.
We should
Wasn't that-
Probably.
I think, yeah, because that was the podcast I missed, and I remember Seth talking about her, so I think she must have been a reviewer on that one.
No, that was a different one. That was 74825.
Oh,
Not 74276.
Yeah.
never mind then.
Yeah. Next, The Little Songbird,
Oh,
March 28th, 2010.
my rival.
It's a Wonderful Life is something truly special, and along with Scrooge, the original Miracle on 34th Street, and Home Alone's 1 and 2, it is something I watch every Christmas. Why? Because I love this movie. Seriously, I do. Looking through my 1,000 or so reviews here, I couldn't believe I hadn't reviewed this movie. And I've seen so many movies that I've loved and cherished since childhood. I hadn't reviewed this movie. I've seen so many that I have loved and cherished since childhood, and I've seen movies that belong at the bottom of the garbage. It's a Wonderful Life belongs to the former. Although I am 17, I appreciate a good movie when I see one. This is more than a good movie. It's a timeless masterpiece that holds up on repeated viewings and never loses its magic. Overall, a timeless classic with a true and heart-rendingly poignant ending. One of the easiest perfect scores I have made recently. 10 out of 10.
Boo.
No, not boo.
I'm booing her.
She was 17 at the time.
Boo.
Now she's 29.
I think she makes a lot of good points, even though she is pretty loquacious about them all.
Good word.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Why are your eyelids inside out?
How long have you been doing that?
It's too long.
Just waiting?
He was just waiting for one of us to notice. Next, by Evanston Dad.
Oh, she's always loquacious. I see.
March 23rd, 2006. My apologies to all of you It's a Wonderful Lifers out there. Please believe me when I say that I've tried multiple times to develop warm feelings for this movie, but it's just not meant to be. I've seen this film a couple of times and I never want to see it again. I want to beat James Stewart's George Bailey about the head and shoulders every time I watch the movie. Perhaps the most passive-aggressive hero in motion picture history, George Bailey spends half of his time sacrificing his own happiness for the sake of others, and the other half whining about his hard luck. No, George, it's not hard luck. It's the result of your own decision-making skills. Either be selfish and stop complaining, or be a bastard and screw everyone else. But make up your mind, and don't take 2 hours to do it. Perhaps I now live in too cynical and jaded a world to tolerate George's namby-pamby indecision. Drag it out every Christmas and enjoy. I won't begrudge you that small pleasure. Just don't expect me to join along. 6 out of 10.
God. Still a 6 after all that?
Yep.
I don't know if he had a whole lot of indecision, did he?
It was just
No,
always him saying, like, I want to do this, but I've got to do this instead.
Yeah, it was. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna go enjoy my life, and then they're like, what if something fucked up happened instead? And he always, chose what he thought to be the right thing, and probably was on the objective side of things. But I don't know. This guy's like, What did he say about his decision making?
Yeah, he's like,
He
The
says
most
don't be a
passive
bitch and
aggressive.
start being a bastard to everybody.
Yeah.
He said maybe I live in too cynical a world. Like, I don't think you live in cynical enough a world if you don't understand the strife of choosing between your selfish needs and like the betterment of the people around you. Like, you're just stupid for not grasping at that. I think
Selfish
Yeah.
person.
this guy.
Yeah.
I think he's just dumb and bad. Take his keyboard, Brandon. Take his
I'm
fingers.
bad. Yep,
Sick 'em, Brandon.
one by one, like you do.
I'm just like a dog
You do.
now.
You're
Brandon, we didn't
sus-
say the toes.
Brandon's style is with toes.
It's like fucking In-N-Out animal style, but Brandon style with toes.
In and out.
Yeah.
It was animal style.
Animal style has like cheese and like there's sauce and like griddled onions on their fries or their burger, like extra stuff on
And you have to eat it from behind.
it. God damn, I hate myself. Penultimate review is by Snoopy Style.
Oh, that's me.
December 21st, 2013. This is an unabashed, sentimental tear jerker. This is classic Frank Capra. The nice guy struggles, but always wins in the end. This sentimental melodrama is especially fitting for the Christmas period and derives its iconic status from the constant showing during those times. The failure in its original run is a long-forgotten memory. 9 out of 10. Good review, Seth.
There's a guy who loves Christmas.
So it's not you,
It's
then.
not me anymore.
Is he the Mookie Award winner for reviewer?
Yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that too.
And my
Congrats.
ultimate review is by Silver Blue JC on December of 2021. Or on Christmas of 2021, December 25th.
Oh.
I had to watch this with family for the first time. I'm appalled at the sexism, racism, and general bigotry. This film needs to be removed from TV. I recommend a more culturally sensitive movie to be made, including adding more people of color. 1 out of 10.
They weren't around back then.
It was 1946. Like they were like
Yeah.
representation was not as common.
It's a strange review. I wonder if she liked the movie. Or he.
Probably not. Silver Blue JC. So that ends it here. Are we recommending it, Seth?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's still kind of boring.
A little boring.
Yeah.
Good message.
It was
boring.
better than I thought it was going to be for sure. And it is still like it's a classic, I'm sure. But I don't like classics or Christmas movies.
That's fair.
So, no.
Okay. Lucas?
Even as the old movie liker of this group, I was like kind of worried that this 1940s is like a bridge too far because I usually like to hang around in the 70s and 60s for my favorite movies. But this was I think awesome, well crafted. I loved James Stewart. I would recommend it for sure.
Okay. And for me, I think I'm on the fence. I'm probably like in your boat, Seth. It's long and it's kind of boring. I'm going to recommend it to big Christmas movie fans, as well as the ones who watch it every year. Obviously, you don't need recommending, but continue to watch it. There's a good message, all that stuff. I don't think it's going to make it into my Christmas movie arsenal every year or anything, because there are a lot more that are a lot more fun for me. I love like the Home Alones and Charlie Brown Christmas and Merry Christmas, Drake and Josh, all that shit. So I'm not going to recommend at the moment, but a soft not recommend. So
You guys are kind of fucking crazy.
you're fucking crazy, you stupid
Fucking
ass
crazy bitch.
bitch. You fucking
my God.
bitch.
Stop fighting.
A bunch of holiday hoes up in here.
Don't fight in front of me.
So that's gonna end it.
Are we saying holiday hose next week too? Or is that not?
No, we are not.
Okay. We're saying love lads next week.
No, we're not.
Star
That
Wars.
ends. No, we're not. With this, it ends our holiday movie month, and we can get into our last film before our season 5 finale. So we're gonna watch A Talking Cat. Yep. And then we've got our bracket. A Talking Brack.
No.
No,
Cancel now.
definitely not.
It's canceled. We're not in the bracket.
Um,
Brandon ruined it for everyone.
we got our bracket and everything, and then we're jumping into season 6. Hopefully, we can hear from Devin. Obviously, we miss him.
Gonna drop the gnar. Yeah, where is he?
Santa
Missoula.
Fe.
Dead?
No, he's in Missoula.
Okay. He can live with me if he wants.
He did message me, but that's what we got. So we hope you enjoyed. Do a little jiggy, and we'll see you next week.
Gadoosh, watch the movie.
Goodbye. Merry month. I don't know.
We did it.
We did it. God, I'm the greasiest man alive.
Greasy. While we're all here, real quick, what do we want to do for next week since it's Quizmice?
Quizmice.
I don't know. Maybe we could even. I don't know.
So
we dissolve the podcast.
I can't go Thursday or Friday because I have away games those days.
Before Christmas?
Yeah, 23 and 22.
Okay,
I probably can't go Christmas Eve either.
I can't go Christmas Eve because I work, but I could do Christmas evening. I don't know what your guys' plans if you're traveling or anything. I
could potentially do that.
Okay, I also have Monday and Tuesday off if needing. I don't know what your work schedule, Seth. I know you're not in school, so you would at least have like the days more free, probably.
Yeah, I still have practices, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably be at my mom's on Christmas.
Okay.
If I'd probably be back that night at some point.
Okay.
Could be 8 or 9. I think, I don't know if my schedule's out yet or not. I work Tuesday morning, maybe off all of Monday. Definitely off Tuesday night. So.
Okay.
That might work then. Good.
So you message us your work schedule. See, like I'm free Sunday evening, Monday, Tuesday. We just have to work around your schedules for practice Monday, Tuesday. And
right.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Could be Sunday though.
And then Marina's off school, so she can do all the bracket stuff with
nominees
and whatnot. I'll get another thing going for spreadsheets and rankings and all that and get it started. So
cool.
Excellent.
Damn, I thought you guys, I don't know. It's kind of a Hollywood classic.
Yeah, and I don't like holiday films.
Or classics.
Neither do I, but how could you not love Jimmy Stewart and
He did great. It was
Deborah Winter?
It was a pretty good movie. It's just kind of boring.
Man, I barely like movies. 7.3 is generous.
That's fair.
That's fair. I think you might have passed Evan for third most times on the podcast. You with your TV talk moments in here now, so
right.
You've got a long ways to go before you hit Lukas, though.
I can't catch him. He keeps showing up.
Ah!
Oh my god.
So, alrighty.
All right. Ciao, my dudes.
Ciao.
Ciao, Mambo.